Good evening and welcome everybody to another Friday night of high school football here on Nex-Tech Game Time. This is our Nex-Tech Game Time pregame show. We're coming to you live tonight from Hill City for our Game Time Game of the Week featuring the Hill City Ringnecks and the Osborne Bulldogs. I'm Curtis Brown. I'm here with Chris Lee tonight. And Chris, we start off with a great game tonight. Two state-ranked 8-man teams.
Yeah, teams that have a lot of experience in postseason. Coach Tiernan won state titles at Baileyville B&B and also at Osborne in a previous stint. Coach David really brought this Hill City program back. I think I read where he was 40-20 now as a coach here. There was a time that Hill City kind of struggled. Now they are a big dog.
And speaking of them, Osborne ranked number 2 in Class 8-man Division II. Hill City's 3rd in Division 1. Osborne 9-2 last year. They got knocked off in the quarterfinals of the playoffs by Axtell, the state champion. Hill City made it to the semifinals. They got knocked off by Wichita County. Hill City put up 46 points per game last year. Osborne 45 points per game. Chris, how do you see this? Do you think there's going to be a shootout tonight, or do you think defenses take over?
I think it's going to be a track meet. Of course, Osborne's missing the sure kid that was so fast, but they returned so many other weapons. The quarterback has been there. I thought already he's a 3-year starter. I might have got that confused. But we talked about this earlier, that quarterbacks early in the season that have experience are really important. Both teams returning quarterbacks. They have a multiple set offense where they can run or throw the ball. I don't think the wind will be much of a factor tonight. The heat might be a little bit of a factor, but I expect a lot of points. Sometimes the heat can negatively affect the defense too. I mean, you're tired of chasing people around.
And both of these quarterbacks are pretty exciting. Hill City's senior Aiden Emrine, this is going to be at least his 4th year of starting. He's accumulated over 5,800 total yards in his career. Last year he threw for 16-24, 25 touchdowns. He had 555 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Osborne's Doak Guttery ran for 912 yards, 20 touchdowns, threw for 531 and 10 touchdowns. Both of those are dynamic. They're kind of doing it a little different way, though.
Yeah, they do. It's funny talking about the Amrine, the Hill City kid, quarterback. His dad's a coach, defensive coordinator. Dad coached at Dodge City, coached at Ellis. So he's had football all his life, and quarterback is, the most cognitive of the positions. So he, it's all that experience. Haven't had as much chance to check in on Osborne, but I know they've got a receiving threat they really like. They run the ball well. Like I said, it could be a real track meet.
And they know both teams lost their running back, dynamic running backs, but there's still some players here that have coming back. Hill City, they returned their senior running back, Jaden Nuss. He ran for 493 yards, 9 touchdowns. Siler Rohr comes back on defense, 109 tackles, 4 sacks. Osborne returned 7 starters. Nathan Goheen, he had 237 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns, 80 tackles, 8.5 sacks on defense. Hunter Howe, the junior, returns 5 interceptions on defense. He ran for 503 yards, 13 touchdowns. So even though they lost some production, both teams do bring back some players that could step up.
Well, you've had a year off, or you're in the weight room, you get bigger, stronger, faster. Had a chance to maybe tweak some things a little bit. Like I said, the thing that might make for more scoring is I don't think either team will be quite as predictable. They're going to have to be a little more multiple than they were in the past. Like I said, when they depended on the one step back.
Yes. Looking at this, Hill City won this game last year 58-12, but after that loss, Osborne ran off 9 straight wins. These teams were in the same league at one time. They hadn't played for a while, but they've played for the last 5 years. Osborne won the first 2. Hill City's won the last 3. How do you see tonight's game playing out?
Osborne returns a lot of experience. Like you said, the 7 stars. I read somewhere they had 8 kids who had starting experience, and that may just be based on how you, 1 or 2 stars, what you count as a starting experience. They got a lot of experience. Hill City, they'll play in MCL. That's a fantastic football league. I lean a little bit towards Hill City tonight. But it should be a fantastic game.
Yeah, it should be. And we've got some other big games in the area. We've got Hayes High going to Junction City. Joaquini travels to Hoxie. Quinter's at Sharon Springs. TMP hosts Oakley. Smith Center travels to Phillipsburg. Russell's at Ellis. And Norton hosts Plainville. Chris, what catches your eye on some of those games?
Oh, I think that Trigo-Hoxie match will be fantastic. I'm guessing that the Trigo and Hill City, that's the primary rivalry in this part of the country, but I'm thinking Hoxie's a close second for those guys. They're fairly new to the league, but they've made a big impact already in the league. That one really catches my eye. I think Quinter should be able to handle Sharon Springs, but Sharon Springs always competes really well. I expect that, and it'll be at Sharon too. So expect that to be a quality game. Don't know much about Junction City. It'll be interesting. Hayes High rolling out some new things. That'll be fun to watch.
Yep. So those games will be fun to watch. This game is going to be exciting to watch. That's our Game Time Tonight pregame show. Coming up next will be the Scouting Report. That's brought to you by Nex-Tech Wireless. That's with interviews with tonight's head coaches. After that, we'll be set for kickoff. So stay tuned. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
From the sideline to online, nobody covers high school football like Nex-Tech Game Time. Catch live, play-by-play action all season long on Nex-Tech.com and Nex-Tech Local 1. Tune into the pregame at 6:45 featuring coaches' interviews, followed by the kickoff at 7 p.m. All this is brought to you in part by these proud Game Time sponsors. Catch live, play-by-play action every Friday night, then replayed on Nex-Tech Local 1 and Nextech.com.
Connor Dinkle. We also had two other contributors, Trent Long and
Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and any event.
One Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Hill City Game Time Boosters, Graham County Hospital, Hill City Chiropractic, Hill City Pharmacy, and First State Bank. They're proud supporters of the Hill City Ringnecks students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Elliott Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Agent Chase Keysweater, Paradise Roots, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Osborne Game Time Boosters, Dietz Law Office, The Hideout, Osborne Industries Inc., and Sunflower Bank. They're proud supporters of the Osborne Bulldogs students and athletes. Go Fight Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you will be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hazerec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Hill City Game Time Boosters, Graham County Hospital, Hill City Chiropractic, Hill City Pharmacy, and First State Bank. They're proud supporters of the Hill City Ringnecks students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Elliott Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Agent Chase Kieswetter, Paradise Roots, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Osborne Game Time Boosters, Dietz Law Office, The Hideout, Osborne Industries Inc., and Sunflower Bank. They're proud supporters of the Osborne Bulldogs students and athletes. Go Fight Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Welcome, everybody, to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. We apologize for the late start here with our junior high game here before tonight's game. And Chris, kind of an odd start. Osborne won the flip. They deferred, and Hill City chose to kick. Yeah. I don't think that's what Coach Davey, and he was a little hot on the sidelines. I don't think that's what he wanted to do. But.
Yeah, I'm sure that was an odd thing. Back deep, we have Garmin. We think Garmin will be the starting quarterback for Osborne tonight. And Howell is one of their main offensive threats.
Amrine with the kickoff touchback. He had 23 touchbacks last year, but starting off with a touchback here to start this year. So 1st and 10 for Osborne on the 15-yard line. Like you said, Chris, Dalton Garmin coming in is going to start at quarterback spot in place of Doak Guttery, who is on the sidelines tonight. So big loss for Osborne. That was their leading passer, leading rusher.
Yeah, Osborne has a lot of experience returning. 3 of their 4 top rushers, 4 of their 5 top receivers, 5 of their top 6 scorers, 9 of their top 10 tacklers, but they weren't expecting this.
Garmin with the carry up the middle, just a couple yards. They were too tight set for the Bulldogs on 1st down, so 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, you got to wonder if maybe they're going to go with a more conservative attack to eat up the clock, because they'll also miss Guttery on defense, too. He was a really strong defensive end as well.
Up front for the Ringnecks, looks like number 32, Aiden Hall, 34, Kobe Kieswetter. At the linebacker spots, Dayton Steven, Jaden Nuss, Siler Rohr, Aiden Amrine, Cameron Atkins, and Tate Balthasar in the backfield. So
yeah, just a double wing set here, pretty tight. They got a man in motion.
Yep, little sweep up the middle, and there's some room to run here. This is out the door, going to be for a score here. This is Hunter Howell, one of the leading returners for Osborne. And, boy, second play of the game, Chris, and we've got a big touchdown run for the Bulldogs.
Nice little misdirection. They had motion to the left, made it look like they maybe were going to pitch left. And I don't know I didn't see if it was trap action or not, but they brought back Howell the other way back to the right. And, boy, he had a wide open run. That's going to be, what, about a 68-yard run?
Yeah, that's
63-yard
run for Hunter Howell.
And, boy, if you're Osborne, boy, this is exactly the kind of start you need.
Absolutely.
You know, you got the downer of your quarterbacks out. You want your leading defensive players. Well, let's score some points.
Twins to the left for Garmin. Hands up the middle. That's going to be a score. That is number 32, Quentin Morris in. Morris was listed as right guard. He came in as the lone setback. Gets the 2-point conversion, and what a great start here, Chris, for Osborne.
Yes, and that is exactly the kind of start they need to give belief that you can compete with this powerful Hill City team.
Yeah. So now, Hill City kind of a mistake on the coin flip, and now they're finding themselves down 8-0 real quick to an Osborne team without their returning quarterback. So let's see what Hill City can do to kind of regroup. They've kind of been maybe knocked down to the canvas here first quarter.
Yes, yeah, and I'm sure that they were expecting a competitive game, but they look over there, they see Guttery's not suited out, so it might have been a little let up. It might have thought, hey, they're stud quarterbacks out. We're in good shape. Well, the rest of the Bulldogs side, we're going to show up and play a game tonight.
And they've got some experience over there on Osborne's side, so this is not a young squad. They've got some experience. So back deep here to receive, number 23, Jaden Nuss for the Ringnecks, and it looks like number 2, Dayton Stephen. Set to kick off will be number 11, Hunter Howe. It changed numbers up on me, Chris. He was wearing 18 last year, and he's got 11 this year. So
okay, I noticed that a little while ago. I wasn't tracking.
I couldn't find his name on the long touchdown run, and
that's
because I had it down wrong. But Hunter Howe set to kick off. He's
Hunter Howe's already had that big run. Kind of wonder if he's going to wear the leadership mantle tonight for the Bulldogs.
Now just a squib kick. Nuss let it hit his hands, going to take it at about the 10-yard line. Dances around and finds some room up the middle, about up to the 17. So that's where Hill City will take over their first offensive possession of the year.
Looked like Caden Schultze was in on the stop for the Bulldogs. We get a minute. I've got some scores come pouring in. Probably the biggest score I've seen so far, it's a surprise, is Hoxie 32, Trigo 0. That game is up the 24 highway here from us, and I kind of figured that would be a close one.
So now Amrine another shotgun, and this is a give to Nuss, and just a couple yards. Good tackle there. Number 6 for the Bulldogs. That's Nate Goheen. He's the returning leading tackler for the Bulldogs. And
Steven helped clean up on that a little bit. Like I said, this is a really strong start for an Osborne team that might be a little undermanned, and playing the JV game beforehand, and they played a full 4 quarters too, as it appeared at least. So
now Twins receivers to the right of Amrine now. Nuss motioning to the left. Amrine going to look to keep it and bounces outside, but he's quickly taken down on the left-hand side. Number 52, Gage Seafried. And, boy, second down and 8. And Hill City, big third down here to start this ball game.
Yes. And like I said, this is not at all what we expected to see here. If you're Osborne, you really got to like your odds here. Looks like they're in a base 3-2 here.
Yep. Amrine looking to pitch, going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the first down. He picks up about 5, but it'll be 4th down and 1. So big decision here early on for Coach Davey, and he's not even flinching here, Chris. He's bringing the offense out.
Well, and if this were an 11-man game, you probably punt. I mean, especially early in the game like this. But an 8-man, and obviously Hill City has a very powerful offense. They've run the ball twice, so obviously they like their running game.
So now Hill City to the line. Receiver split each way. Now Amrine under center. And he's just going to take it up the middle, and he doesn't. I don't think he's got this. But second, third effort may have got it. It's going to be close.
Looked like hit him first there, but like you said, Amrine kept his legs churning, which is just good fundamentals.
I think he probably has got this. He does have it. What a good effort there by Amrine. He was stopped initially and kept his feet going and got the yard for the first down. So interesting up front here, Chris, with Osborne's defensive front is experienced, but they look like they're handling their own up here. And Hill City young.
Yeah, they start 2 sophomores on the offensive line. They were only returned 1 starter.
Screen out to Nuss, and the ball's on the ground. They're going to call incomplete.
Howell came up quick on the support there for the Bulldogs.
Well, you know they're going to be well coached over there on that sideline. Coach Teenern is really he's seen it all probably in his tenure. So.
Yes, that is exactly right. Another score, and this one's not a surprise at all. Wichita County 46, Wheatland Grinnell 0. Hill City, everybody knows how good Wichita County is.
Now Amrine on second down. Going to keep it up the middle, and he's brought down. Good tackle in the open field there by 20, Sam Kending. And they're staying home, it looks like. Going to try to contain Amrine. That's probably a good game plan.
Yeah. Well, and the wind, there's a little bit of breeze blowing. It's going to be rolling across the field. Obviously, Hill City can throw the ball, too. I would be surprised to see them say, if you're going to keep that many guys in the box, and I know in 8-man you don't think in terms of the box like you do the 11-man, but if they're going to keep that many guys in, they may say, fine, we're going to get one of our athletes out there on the perimeter and just put the ball up.
3rd and 9. Everybody in tight twins to the right of Amrine. He's going to roll that way. Under pressure, throws across the middle. Nice grab there. I think that's number 8 there for that's Tate Balthazar.
Yeah.
Nice grab. It's going to be short, but boy, he was covered. And
good defense out there. Might have been Garment. No, it wasn't Garment. I bet it was 5.
Lance.
I bet that was Lance. Yeah, on the coverage there.
So 4th and 3 here. Another 4th down for Hill City.
Yeah, if you're Osborne, you have to be really pleased that this is the second time you're already making them go for it on 4th down. Sooner or later, a drop pass, something happens, it's going to stop a drive. So,
twins to the right of Amrine. Now Nuss coming up, and they're going to quick kick this.
There's nobody.
Nice angle, and it's going to roll out maybe the 6-7 yard line. So quick kick there by Amrine, going to make it maybe the 8-yard line, but pins Osborne deep, and you know what a start for the Bulldogs. You couldn't have asked anything better. Go down, get a big touchdown run, and get a stop on defense.
No question. Like I said, this has really got to be a nice momentum surprise for Osborne. Timeout maybe?
Yeah, looks like they're going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 7:24 left here, first quarter. Our score, Osborne 8, Hill City 0. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your...
So he's certainly a force.
I formation. This is get the Kending up the middle, the fullback, and he gets up across to about the 11-yard line. So good gain there on 1st down.
Yeah, looked like in there on the stop was Adkins and Steven.
Yep. So it looks like there's been some adjustment here for Osborne with Guttery out, new quarterback in. Kending a shift to fullback where he was playing left guard. So we'll see.
But that I talk about that I think that's pretty common. Sometimes you do that with JV. Now I don't think the Morris kid he's a senior, so that wasn't a JV switch. He's just a big dog, and they want to get physical. Yeah, it gives you a little more recovery time between each play, and you may say, well, Hill City's recovering too. Well, Hill City's probably a deeper team.
Yeah.
So that's not going to play to their advantage quite as much.
Only 2 punts last year for Osborne, so this is 4-down territory, I believe. So
that's a great stat.
Garmin under center here, going to give to Kending, and he's going to get a couple. Boy, he stopped shy of the 1st down there by Cameron Atkins.
Yeah, it looked like Nuss hit him low there on the play as well. That's a great stat. Well, there's some people in the numbers business that say that you should almost never punt.
Right.
So maybe Coach Tiernan's part of that grouping. And 4th and 5 at midfield, well, they're actually just inside the Hill City territory. That's not really too tough of a decision.
Yeah, now Hill City rotating Mason Herman and Kobe Keys, Aiden Hall in on the line. 2 in the backfield. This is a give to Howe. Just going to sweep to the right, and he's shut down there by Nuss. good penetration by Nuss, and the Bulldogs are stopped on 4th down.
But 2 plays in a row, Nuss does a nice job getting a low hit at the ankles. A fantastic play by Nuss. He's a 6'2", 181-pound senior.
Kind of ran him down from the backside there. So first down for Hill City. They'll take over after a defensive stand. So a couple defensive stops here, Chris, where maybe it's not something we were expecting, but
the pace, like you said, but somewhat by design on Hill City, I'm sure if they can just keep getting first downs, and like I said, they've thrown once or twice, but it's been a lot of running the ball, and it's been very basic formations. It hasn't, like here we got trips right by Hill City, so.
Amrine now the shotgun, just going to take the ball, go to the left side, and breaks a couple tackles, gets close to midfield. Boy, but again, Osborne was in the backfield there. Number 14, Caden Schultz.
Yeah, Lance cleaned up at the end, but like you said, Schultz slowed him down. And an athlete like Amrine, you don't want him getting a head of steam and get the ability to juke and to use his strength and speed.
Second down and 7. Now Hill City taking their time.
Yeah, I know. That's what I noticed too. Colby 20, Ulysses 0, Wallace County 12, Quinter 6. That's an upset. Quinter's ranked. So
trips to the right again for Amrine. He's scrambling, cuts back the other way, still on his feet, looking to throw, and I think he's just going to throw this one out of bounds. Good job there by Amrine. I mean, he didn't gain any yards, but boy, he kept that alive and didn't lose any.
Well, and you can see the respect the Osborne defenders had, that it's like, we're not going to let you get outside of us. They really, it looked like it was more of almost we're going to box you in and hope our D-backs can hold up.
And they did on that play.
Yes, they sure did.
So 3rd and 7, another big third down. Hill City's just kind of living on third down here this first quarter.
2:26 here left in the first quarter.
Twins to the left of Amrine. Nobody in the backfield. Now Nuss in motion. Going to fake it to him. Going to give it to Steven, and he's got some room to the left side. Oh, he slips down. Boy, he had a lot of room out there.
That was a similar look to the play Howell scored on for Osborne. Make it look like you're going to the right, a little more power, and then kind of a inside reverse to the left.
Yeah, Dayton Steven there on the carry. He had a lot of room, but slipped up on the grass, but he does get the first down.
Yeah, if he'd been able to keep his feet, there would look like a cutback. He would have one guy to beat.
So 1st and 10 here from about the 31-yard line. Just under 2 minutes here to go, first quarter. Amrine and Nuss in the backfield, Twins to the right. Amrine's just going to keep this, stumbles, but keeps his feet off to the left side, and he's going to have a first down about the 20-yard line.
It looked like Howell's on the stop there. It almost looked like that was a lead, that the back was back there, went in front of the quarter. I mean, that was a design quarterback run with a lead block.
You could see the speed of Amrine, though, once he got in some space. Had a full head of steam for the 12-yard gain there. So 1st and 10, just outside the 20-yard line. Hill City's found some rhythm here on their 3rd offensive possession. Now looking to throw, under pressure, rolls back to his left, and nice job of keeping contained there by Nate Goheen, and he gets a sack back to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Goheen is a 6'2", 150-pound senior. Goheen, let's see, he was not their leading sack guy last year. It was Siler Rohr that was their leading sack guy, but nice play there. And like I said, and he went after him with some confidence he could make the tackle. Or earlier in the game, it was almost like they were playing a soft. We're not going to let you get outside.
Yeah, Goheen had 8.5 sacks last year. Okay. So 2nd down now, and 24 after the sack. Twins to the right now, going to give the Nuss, and he's tripped up in the backfield and keeps his feet for a couple, but
looked like Kendig may have knifed in there and got his ankles and at least tripped him up a little bit.
Boy, the defensive line here for Osborne is really pretty impressive here to start this ball game. So 3rd and 22. Boy, and that decision to start the game
Yes.
is looming large right now for Hill City.
Yes, yeah, and like you said, when you come in this game, you've got a lot of confidence, but that's kind of faded away.
Yeah, Amrine looking to throw, and he's hit. Is it going to be fumble or is it going to be incomplete pass? They're going to call incomplete pass. That was close, Chris. Coming from the backside, that's Caden Schultz.
Yes.
Grabbed Amrine's hand, but they deemed that he was moving forward, so incomplete pass.
Yeah, and that was close. That was a call almost could have went either way. I mean, looking at it from here, it looked like it was going forward, but it was close.
So 4th down, 22 at the 33-yard line. They get all the way down to the 11-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, they had a nice drive going and met some adversity. Like I said, the Bulldogs playing a lot of poise tonight without their leader.
Yeah. So now Twins, Nuss, going to be another quick kick. It's blocked. Come up the middle, and Osborne takes over, got the cover. That's Nate Goheen with the block, just came right up the middle and got his hands on it, and he makes the recovery, too, at the 30-yard line. And, boy, things are going Osborne's way here in this first quarter.
Well, we noted in the pregame that Osborne has more experience on the interior line. That Hill City's only returning one offensive lineman. You know that was looked like thing. You can't give up the inside gaps.
Right.
You can't give up the A or B gap on a quick kick like that. It looked like someone gave up an inside gap.
Now Garmin, another shotgun, 2 running backs. He's just going to keep it at the middle, makes a nice move, and he's close to a first down. Good run there by Garmin. Going to give him 9 on first down.
Like I said, and the longer this goes on, the more confidence Osborne has that we got a chance to win this game. We're just about out of time here at the end of the first quarter here. So I'm sure that Coach Tiernan is very pleased with how this first quarter's went.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Davian, things didn't start well with the coin toss, and they just have progressively gotten worse.
Yes.
But they'll hope to recoup here in the second quarter. But at the end of 1, Osborne 8, Hill City 0. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
Welcome back to Nex-Tech Local 1, where you're watching Game Time's Game of the Week. The Hill City Ringnecks taking on the Osborne Bulldogs. We're here at the end of the first quarter. 8-0 our score. Osborne with the lead. Let's check out some of the Game Time scoreboards here. We got Central Plains up big on Ness City. Norton's up 7-0 on Plainville. And Hoisington on top, couple touchdowns. You had the Leota score. It was 46-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Leota big lead. That's going to be probably ended in halftime there.
Yeah, and that will be a gracious ending. Some other area scores I got at halftime: Victoria 8, Kinsley 6, and also at halftime, Hoisington Heston 14-0. But there's one. Oh, here it is: Smith Center 14, Peaburg 6. Those are all halftime scores.
It looks like we've got Phillipsburg 14 and Smith Center 6. Maybe got a little mixed up there. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I said it wrong. Smith Center 14, Peaburg 6 is what I got.
Okay, Norton up 19-0 on Plainville.
We got a penalty marker here.
So, yeah, we would start here this second quarter. Hill City just another penalty here and another first down given to the Bulldogs just on the penalty. So,
yeah, 16-yard line. I mean, yeah, that's tough. They're right there to score, and they're other than Howell on that kind of counter play that he had the long run on. It's been just kind of chewing it up, but that's played their advantage.
Yep.
And we got, what, a timeout here?
Yeah, it looks like a timeout by Osborne. So we go back to that scoreboard and kind of get you updated on some of the scores going on here in the area.
Okay, I got at halftime, Hayes 7, Junction City 0.
Yeah, that's okay with Hayes then.
Yeah.
They're returning their running back, Malik Ball, but other than that, they're going to break in a lot of new faces. Russell up 13-0 on Ellis. TMP 14-0 on Oakley. Wichita West over Dodge City 8-7. Then Garden up on Wichita Heights 19-6. And then, like you said, Hayes High 7-0 over Junction. So just some of those scores and some news that Ellis going down to 8-man next year. So last year at 11-man for Ellis. But Chris, kind of a rough start here for Hill City, the third-ranked team in Division 8-man Division 2. Now Osborne's ranked second in Division 1.
Right. But I'm sure they were planning on having their quarterback Doak Guttery.
Yeah.
And he's on the sidelines in street clothes. And Osborne has owned the time of possession too. Yeah. And if you're an underdog, if you can take a lead and burn the clock, that is great game plan by Coach Tiernan.
Yep, Garmin under center I formation, and this is going to be just a pitch to Howe to the left side, and Amrine was there to bust that up, would not let Howe bounce out left, and he loses a yard.
Yeah, nice penetration there. You got to wonder if Hill City's not going to say on defense, listen, they're right now, they have all their defenders within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. You got to wonder if they're not going to say, we're not sure, we think your quarterback can beat us deep, so we're going to keep it up tight and put a lot of bodies to the ball really fast.
And they play a little different defense, a 2-4 defense, where they like their linebackers to have a little more, they like to have more linebackers, more guys on their feet. Now, Howell in motion. This is going to be a pitch to Howell. He was barely able to take care of it. It's still on his feet. Howell was knocked, hit in the backfield, but able to.
Yeah, Stevens made a nice play getting to him early, but couldn't get him all the way down.
Yeah, Howell kind of bobbled that pitch, so loses a couple. So 3rd down and 12. Hill City now. They needed this stop here for the Ringnecks. This is.
Looking at how Hill City's lining up right now, it looks like they're loosening up the D-backs a little bit and saying, if you want to run the ball for 4 or 5 yards, you might get that, but we're not going to give up anything deep.
Yeah.
So,
Hal split left.
Boy, there's nobody over
Garmin
his head.
Going to give up the middle and just tripped up. That's Caden Schultz with the carry.
Yeah.
Several Bulldogs getting carries tonight. It's kind of a just kind of a plug and play here for Osborne, but nice tackle up the middle. Roar tripped him up, so just 2 yards on the carry. 4th and 10. You think they're going to put it in the air here, Chris?
Well, the wide out left doesn't really have anybody over his head if you threw it to him quick.
Yeah. And now up the middle is Schultz. He's going to be short, so big stop there by Hill City, and I think Osborne. The trust maybe not there with Garvin to throw the ball.
Yeah, and when I say that wide receiver has no one over the top, by the time you threw it over there, there is a D-back in the general area. He could recover after a couple of yards. But, that if you wanted to throw a deep a flag, that would be hard for him to cover all that way.
So now Hill City takes over. Amrine, the lone guy in the backfield, is going to be a flag, though. It's going to be offsides on Osborne, so free 5 yards for Hill City here.
And this might be what Hill City needs to get their engine rolling. They've been the one that's been more penalized in the game so far.
So 5-yard penalty would be first down and 5 now for Hill City.
Oh, by the way, the last KU score I saw was KU 14, Missouri State's 10, which is not what the Jayhawks would want to have. So
no.
Wescon's ahead of Golden Plains 13-6 at the end of the first quarter. So
now Nuss in the backfield here with Amrine. And then Amrine's going to keep it off to the right side and maybe a yard, and that's it. Good hold and contain there by Kending.
Yeah. I also thought I saw 14 in there.
Yep, I think you're right. That's
Schultz, yeah.
He's getting a lot of playing time.
Yes, he is. Well, like I said, someone's got to step up to fill those minutes that Guttery would have played, and you know, it's not going to be one guy. So.
Right. Lincoln Cohen looks like he's came in to play defensive end for Osborne now. To give to Nuss on the sweep, and he's met in the backfield. Right there again, Caden Schultz with the pop in the backfield, going to lose a couple yards.
Yes.
And good contain again for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, like I said, they've got some guys that are usually, you know, weren't in the starting lineup before that are stepping up to play, and that's what you're going to have to do when you lose a athlete. The quality of a Guttery is you know, have several guys come in and fill niches.
3rd and 3. Twins receivers to the right for Amrine. He's going to take it up the middle, gets to the outside. He's going to try to turn the corner, and he stepped out of bounds, but it's going to be enough. It's going to be enough for the first down.
Yeah.
Hunter
Howell came up on the stop. He's a little timid on that stop, but Howell's not a really big kid either, in fairness to him. So
they ran right to right over there, the Cohen side. The new guy coming in, they ran right over to his side. So.
Yeah, that's some of that stuff that you at the bigger high school level. You know, whenever they see a new guy come in, that's real common to go right at him. So
Hill City needed that. They needed that first down.
Yeah, now they can get a little momentum.
Twins to the left for Amrine. Nuss in the backfield. Going to give the Nuss up the middle, and nothing there. Good penetration up front.
Pack of Bulldogs there.
Yeah, that's Seafried there, and number 2, Garmin getting some time on defense too. So just not much sledding up in between the tackles, so to speak, for Hill City.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, you got to wonder when he'll start pulling that.
Yep.
Start of the second half. Wallace County 12, Quinter 6.
Trips to the left. Fake the screen. Amrine's trying to look, nothing open, and just going to throw across the body. Nice diving attempt out there. But is that Steven? Somebody's down over there on the sideline. Yep. Yeah. Got hurt trying to make a dive. No, that's not Steven. He's over maybe a cramp.
Yeah, well, that's what we talk about in pregame, boy. Don't be surprised. We see several kids cramp. Just it's hard to keep enough fluid in you in a hot environment like this.
Well, while they're tending to the injured Ringneck, we'll take a break. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hazerec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Hill City Game Time Boosters, Graham County Hospital, Hill City Chiropractic, Hill City Pharmacy, and First State Bank. They're proud supporters of the Hill City Ringnecks students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Elliott Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Agent Chase Kieswetter, Paradise Roots, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. A penalty here, big penalty on a third down for Hill City.
Third down, 3rd and 15.
We got 3rd and 15. Scoreboard says second. Down.
Stick says third.
Yep. There's a draw by Amrine, and he's tackling the backfield. That's number 20.
That's Morris. No, not
Kindig.
Morris. Kindig. Yeah, Kindig.
Nice penetration by Kindig. And now 4th down and 14. And boy, Chris.
Hill City's quick kicked a couple times, but this isn't a quick kick situation. Yeah, Hill City's already dropping back. Is that Howell, number 11, looks like dropping back for the Bulldogs. So it'll be interesting to see. They can't. The last quick kick, they gave up some penetration, the A and B gap. Now this one, they'll probably be more of a traditional look where the quarterback might be a little deeper before, although he's up pretty tight.
Yep.
Howell might want to pay attention here.
I don't know about, Now
Howell, well, look at, oh, yeah, there he did,
Shift back, and here's Amrine with the punt. Good punt, angled off to the sideline. Going to take a roll all the way down. Yeah, Howell's going to pick it up at the 7. And down the sideline, out of bounds, about the 20. There's a flag. Yeah, they're going to get Hill City for a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, that was number 2 on the stop, Steven, and I think they felt like Steven should have pulled up a little more. That's so hard when you're going full speed.
Yep. Yeah, that's a tough one because it didn't see. Of course, it's across the field, but it didn't look malicious to me.
It didn't at all. No. A couple of games that ended at halftime. One we expected, one we didn't. Wichita County finished Wheatland Grinnell 54-0, but this one we didn't finish, just up Highway 24 from us. Hoxie 47, Trigo 0. So the bus will be heading back early to Waukene tonight. I'm sure they'll be looking to regroup there.
Yep, that's next week's game. We got Hill City at Trigo, so Garmin out of the backfield, going to keep it off the right side. He's going to get 5 yards up to the 40. Good run there by Garmin. He took a pretty good hit.
Steven came up with a nice low hit on the play to take him down. But like you said, that's a nice gain of about 6. So that keeps you right on schedule. And Osborne's done a pretty good job that tonight of staying on schedule, not getting real long down in distances.
Yep, 6:20 left here in the first half. 8-0, still our score. Osborne with the lead. Scored on a long touchdown run there by Hunter Howell on their first possession. Other than that, the defenses have taken over. Not quite the track meet we were thinking there's going to be, Chris.
No, not at all. And I'm really surprised Hill City has had a little more success offensively.
Now just a quarterback keeper off the left side, and Garmin's going to find the first down, going to get across the 40 down to the 35.
Yeah, we didn't have any statistics on what Garmin did last year, but he has been a surprisingly effective runner. Yeah. And there's not a lot of decoration or deception.
Yeah, no, it's
they've had some lead blockers up in front of him, but it's not. Howell's play was a nice design. They looked like it was option left, and it was a kind of a comeback right.
Yeah.
But
so it's basically smash mouth football, and right now Osborne's winning the line of scrimmage. And here's a give to Garmin's going to keep it off the left side, faked it to the running back Howell. He kept it off the left side, and he gets 7 on first down.
Right, and it looked like Hill City at the snap was jamming up the line of scrimmage. They had 3-4 guys right up there close to the ball, and did a nice read by Garmin, pulled the ball rather than doing the dive, and that gave him more room out there to get to the outside.
Kind of a read option from under center, though. It was kind of, but but again, just lining up and coming at him. And Osborne is, again ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, Osborne line, Sam Kindig, a 6'1", 190 senior. Gage Seafried, a 6 foot 190 junior, and Quentin Morris has played some back, but he was listed as a 6 foot 220 senior lineman. Timeout, who?
It looks like Osborne's going to take their final timeout of the first half. But really, they've got a lot of momentum here, and if they can put another score on the board, Chris, I mean, this game it opens up a little bit.
Yes, and also the timeout may have almost been by design, that it's like, we know our bench is a little short tonight, so we're going to take some timeouts, not just to be strategic, but to also just to give our short bench a little rest.
And you've seen a lot of different players carry the ball. A lot of different players on the line for Osborne. They're just kind of interchanging some of these folks.
Well, it makes you wonder how soon they knew that Guttery was going to be out, because it's like they designed a real multiple offense, and we're going to use a lot of different kids, a lot of different roles. Late in the second quarter, KU leads Missouri State 17-0, but not or 17-10. I'm sorry, but probably not the score you were expecting out of Lawrence tonight.
No, that's a little different.
Okay, here I got a TMP score at halftime. They lead Oakley 28-0. Wow. Deerfield ahead of Brewster. Tri-Plains 32-12.
So Osborne's ready to go. They're out. I think Coach Davey and Coach Amrine over there trying to get their guys to make one more stand here on defense. Got some cheerleaders chucking some looks like stress balls up here in the crowd, so maybe that time.
Might need some stress balls right now.
That time, right.
Might be a few of the moms up there. They're saying, I can't take this.
Yep, Hal in motion now. This is going to be Lance taking the snap, and he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, and he did. It was just a tight formation. Had a lead blocker in front of him. They got somebody down. That's number 52. That's Seafried. That's the center, so that could be a –
He's back up.
He's back up good. I was going to say, like I said, that might be a big part of this game, that when you watch a football game, sometimes you don't recognize what the O-linemen are doing, but the Osborne offensive line is clearly giving them some lanes to run.
Yeah, Lance was a bigger part of their offense last year, but I think that's the first carry he's had tonight. But, again, another Bulldog logging in a carry. So under 5 minutes to go first half.
I said they're eating up the clock, too. Amrine can't score when he's playing defense. So,
I formation. This is a give to Lance up the middle. Just a couple, though.
Yeah, 34 got him by the ankles first. That's Kobe Kieswetter. Kieswetter. So
Dayton Stephen finishing off that tackle.
But getting that penetration is not something they've done previously, so that's a nice play by the Ringneck front to try to stabilize things a little bit. I'd say 4:25, and obviously Osborne wants to score, but what they really like is they're eating the clock up.
Right.
With a very deliberate, they're not in any hurry to break the huddle here.
Right. Coming back out, two tight ends, I formation, we're coming right down the hill at you. And this is going to be a throw, and he's found Lance out in the flat, and Lance gets to the 11-yard line. Going to be a first down. Nice pass out by Garmin. It kind of took a little bit of time, but there's also a flag down.
Balthazar with the stop there, but
we'll see what this is. There's a illegal contact on Osborne. I wonder if he shoved off on his route.
Maybe so, yeah. Well, was he the guy he faked the dive to, and then he just released out? I think that's what it was. So, because a lot of times you forget about the guy who just took the fake.
Yep. So they're going to mark this off. So wipe away the first down. Will be second down and maybe 12.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's an expensive penalty for them.
Yeah, they were first down. They were probably going to be set up to maybe run the rest of the time off in the first half, and now second and long.
And now the down and distance doesn't favor them either, so got a split right receiver.
Shotgun for Garmin. Now Hal in motion. And Garmin looking to throw that way. Under pressure, and Garmin escapes the pressure up the middle, slips down, gets a couple, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, but boy, they looked like he was going to get tackled in the backfield, and then
Yeah,
then got away.
Roar and Amrine were in the neighborhood, but they really didn't bring him down. It was more just they were right there and kind of corralled him, and he slipped.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of players slip. I don't know, maybe.
Well, yeah, and they played the previous game here too, so I don't know. But yeah, so looking at about a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 here for the Bulldogs.
Just a little bit over 3 minutes left to play. So now everybody shifts. Here we go.
A
Here's
swinging
something
gate.
interesting now. Yep. Just one. And now
Oh,
we
look
get
at
to the that's Garmin out to the outside. Yep, that was a different formation. Just one down lineman. Everybody shifted out. Like you said, the swinging gate. And center snapped it back. Now there's a penalty. I wonder if something was said out here.
Well, I did see where at the end of
pointing.
the play.
Yeah, they're pointing towards Hill City, and so unsportsmanlike on Hill City, and that's going to give Osborne the first down. So that would have been a 4th down
expensive
and
penalty.
6, and now Osborne's going to have a first down. So you just got to keep your cool out there. Things aren't going your way, but boy, you start adding those penalties, and that saved Osborne.
Well, yeah, now it's going to be a first and goal situation. Now 9. Oh,
and
here's
another penalty again. And what is this? If this is another one on the same player, they may be out. We got another flag.
Yeah, that's really unusual to see a flag thrown when they're marking off a previous flag. It almost has to be someone saying something back there.
Wow, so this just the self-destruction here. Dead ball. We got another personal foul on Hill City. And now they're going to get a little explanation to Coach Davian. Or actually, it's Coach Walker and Coach Amber. Yep.
Well, and whether you as a coach, you want to know who's doing that. I mean, you want to get that under control because that lack of poise really hurts your team.
Yeah, gave Osborne a first down and then gave him. And now Amrine's coming off of the field. Did he get ejected?
Uh-oh.
Is he out? 2 personal fouls. He's out. So they're telling him to go to the locker room, and he's off. Yep, he is going to the locker room. Amrine is out of the ball game. 1st and goal now for Osborne. And there's a timeout by Hill City. So
good timeout by Hill City. They're rally the troops. Say, listen, guys, this is a little bit different game now, but we don't want to give the score up.
I tell you what, this couple of plays here have just Hill City's just self-destructed and.
Boy, you hate to see this early in the season too. I mean, these are 2 teams that certainly have playoff aspirations. Sometimes the season wears on and you've had a lot of frustration. Stuff happens, but that's.
And it must have been just something that was said because there really was no, late hit or anything like that. Definitely the second one. So.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, they were marking off the first one, so there was there was time to even cool off and get some separation from whatever had happened the first time. It did look like the one thing I noticed. It looked like. Oh, darn it. Garmin kind of kicked his leg up in the air, but I mean that that kind of stuff happens. I don't know if that was in response to something or and way up here we can't see.
No. So this is a big stand here by Hill City. They've got 2:45 left to go, first half, and now both teams are out without their starting quarterbacks.
Who would have thought that?
2 guys that we talked about on pregame now are out.
Yes.
So one with injury, one with a disqualification. So.
Yeah, here's a score that may be of interest to them. You have 6-man showdown. This is a rematch of last year's state title game, the first game of the year. Number 2, Ashland 24. Number 1, Cunningham 6. That's midway through the 3rd quarter. Like I said, we'll try to keep giving you some other scores as we go along here.
Twins to the right for Osborne. They give the Kindig up the middle, and he is met. There's a flag down again. See what this flag is.
I thought a preliminary was pointing towards Osborne, but I didn't see the signal.
They're pointing towards Hill City now.
Oh, no. Maybe I got it wrong. face mask.
Yep. Jeez. Man, so a lot of things going wrong. I mean, not a lot of yards here. I mean, because it's always half the distance, but just compiling.
Well, and the other thing is with all these stops and plays, the shorter bench of Osborne is a little bit negated too. That gives them a little more time to figure out who they want to play.
So 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line here. I formation set for Garmin, and he's going to give to Howe, and he's stopped there. Nuss and Steven in there. They're on top. You got Atkins in there as well. Maybe.
Yeah, Atkins had really good penetration. He may have got the first piece of him, but it looked like Hill City kind of sold out on that play too. That they weren't going to give up anything in the A, B, and C gaps there. So it'll be interesting to see now if Garmin or someone pulls and tries to get that ball more to the flag.
So under 2 minutes to go here, first half. Too tight, I formation, going to give right there. Going to pitch to Howe off the left side. He spins off a defender, and he's in for the score.
Wow.
Howe, his second rushing touchdown of the night. Boy, they had him out in the flat there. Looks like 34. Kieswetter had Howe all wrapped up, but Howe spun off and
it was a nice spin, like I said. And Howell doesn't look like he weighs a lot.
No.
But he looks real nimble out there, and that's probably why you don't want him carrying 25 times today. But they've gotten him the ball in some key situations. Like you said, he has both their scores.
So 14-0 our score. Osborne up, looking to add his 2-point conversion now. Split receivers under center for Garmin. He looking to throw. He's got a man open. Can he get it there? He does. Completes the 2-point conversion. Wide open off the left side. And that is number 6?
Yeah, it must have been Goheen. Yeah, because I first saw it was 8, and I know it wasn't 8. So
yeah. So 16-0 is our score. 16-0. And
boy,
we've just had some really strange things going on here. This game.
I would have never dreamed that Hill City was be shut out in the first half. And a lot of that has been just Osborne has played a very ball control, old school type of approach. They've had and to be honest, they've been aided by some bad penalties on Hill City too.
Now I got 1:48 to go to see what Hill City can do. We're going to see who's coming in for quarterback for Amrine, who was ejected.
Oh yes, great point.
Off of the 2 personal fouls, back to back. Personal fouls. He's ejected, and so we'll see who steps up to be quarterback.
And it might be someone who played a lot of reps in the JV game, because I'm sure they weren't planning on Amrine being pulled from the game.
Nope. We'll see.
2 and 23 are back deep to return for Hill City. That's Nuss and Stevens.
Yep. Stevens averaged 13 yards per return last year. Nuss, 8 yards per return.
And I think last time didn't Osborne scuff kick it, the squib kick?
Yep, right up
so,
the middle.
We'll see if that's their strategy again. And listen, I used to coach 8-man special teams. I'm a big proponent of squib all the time because it's so dangerous.
Too much room.
Yeah.
Too much room. Yeah.
Yeah. If you can get at the end zone like the Hill City kid did, that's okay. But
there's another squib on the ground and pretty effective here now. Stevens takes it on the bounce up the middle. He's got some room.
Oh, ball.
And who was that 20? That's Nuss. Nuss had the wide open and picked the fumble up, but got tripped up by the yard line there. And
well, it was number 4 for Osborne. Kind of ran into. He really wasn't even a tackle. He just kind of threw his body into the returner. That's Lincoln Kane, and the cause of fumble.
Can't tell they're right in front of us. It's hard to tell who's quarterback. Number 8, and that's a good throw.
Balthazar, Balthazar was in pregame. Yep. He was the other quarterback throwing balls.
So Tate Balthazar, the sophomore, 5'10", 140-pound sophomore, taking over at quarterback for Aiden Amrine.
I wish I could read my handwriting. I wrote backup quarterback on my sheet here because I noticed that in pregame, but I had no idea it would come to manifest.
So Balthazar and Nuss in the backfield, Twins receivers to the left. This is Balthazar looking to throw. Pitches forward to Nuss. Nuss with a move, nice move, but good tackle again by Schultz out there.
Balthazar did a nice job bringing Kindig into him to take away and pitch to late. It was almost a forward lateral, but and of course I wasn't looking real close. He could have even thrown it forward. You know, we see that in NFL now. A lot of those guys will. Mahomes throws crazy stuff like that all the time.
So 3rd and 8, just over a minute to go, first half. 16-0 our score. Osborne leading Hill City.
Yeah, that's not a typo, folks, if you just joined us.
So both quarterbacks out of the ball game. Balthazar in for Hill City, looking to throw again. Across the middle, and that would hit Hal right in the hands.
Yes.
It was the pass was well behind the receiver, but
well, it almost looked like Hal was looking at the receiver and wasn't looking for the ball, which, you know, if you're depending on what you're playing. So
look at replay right across the middle, kind of screened there by the umpire, but 4th and 8 for Hill City. 45 seconds to go, first half. See what they do with their backup quarterback in. They're going to take a timeout, so probably good call here. I don't know how much you gamble down by 2 scores.
Right. This was a scenario. Especially early in the year, you haven't had enough reps to do that. And even though Balthazar may have been taking a lot of the snaps in the JV game, this is a totally different situation.
Yeah, a little different than what Osborne. Osborne, I think, had some time to plan for Guttery being out. They got a game plan. Hill City's going to have to make one up here on the fly. So if you're just tuning in, both quarterbacks out. Guttery was out, looks like an injury or something, and then Aiden Amrine ejected here, 2 personal fouls, and he's ejected first half. So backup quarterbacks for both teams.
Yes, and one of the few good things for Hill City right now is don't have a turnover here at the end of the half, but let's get it back to the locker room. Let's regroup. Very talented team. They have some depth. They have some other skill position people to make plays. And you know that now they know that, hey, we're facing a team that's pretty dedicated to running the football.
So it looks like a punt formation is Nuss. And this is going to be, it's a short, that scares me every time they do that. It's just a short drop on that.
Well, yeah, and like I said, they did get one blocked earlier in the game because, like I said, with that short snap, you don't have to get a lot of penetration.
Out of bounds at the 25, so 40 seconds to go. I'm guessing Osborne's going to be pretty satisfied going in at halftime up 16-0, but we'll see here.
39 seconds remaining first half.
Osborne has 1 timeout left. Hill City has 1 as well. But I'm guessing this is just going to be. I mean, if you get a run, maybe you get some yards, you start thinking maybe about throwing, but probably.
Well, yeah, and if you're Osborne, the last thing you want to do is have a turnover here. Right. You've got all that positive momentum right now.
Yep, Garmin now the shotgun now. Hal in motion, and this is a give to Kindig, kind of a counter, kind of what they scored. There's a fumble, just like you said. It looks like Hill City's on top of it, and they do. They get the recovery at the 23-yard line, and man, this, Osborne tried that counter play again. They scored on in the first quarter. This time, though, Kindig fumbles, and Hill City with the recovery.
Yeah, that's huge because look, you're 23 yards from pay dirt. So, yeah, whatever
life here to Hill City.
whatever play you got where you can get a skill position out in a skill player out in the open. That's what you want to do here.
You got one timeout left. So Twins receivers to the right for Balthazar out of the shotgun. Looking to throw
Flag
now.
Down.
Flags. There's a movement. Man, they just. they can't get out of their own way here.
Yeah, and that first game of the year, every coach knows that you're going to have more penalties, but, boy, they've hurt the Ringnecks tonight a lot more than they've hurt Osborne, and some of those are just self-inflicted,
Right. So
a deal like that, sometimes you just get a little antsy, I got to get a deep drop. We're going to try to throw a deep ball or something if you're an offensive lineman. And I don't know that it was even a lineman jumped. It could have been a wide receiver that got twitchy too.
Yep. So 1st and 15 at the 28-yard line, 34 seconds to go, first half. Hill City just with the fumble recovery has a little life here at the end of the first half, maybe to put some points on. A short time. Now in motion is Nuss. Going to throw it over the middle. He's being held, and there's the flag. Yeah, that was that was pretty clear there. Goheen with the hold on Steven. I think everybody who had a flag has thrown it.
Yes. Well, and it was that kind of nice play design.
Yeah.
They had number 23 going into motion. That's Nuss. And it looked like they might either do a double pass or to swing it out to him and let him try to make a play. And it looked like maybe some of the Bulldogs had their eyes over there, and then all of a sudden realized, crap, I got someone that might run by me. And in that situation, taking the looks like they're marking off a pass interference, not a hold. But still, that could have been 6 points if you let the guy run by you and he floats it in the end zone.
This is going to be close to a first down, just going to be shy. So 1st and 1, we're at the 14-yard line. 30 seconds to go, first half. Still one more timeout for Hill City. They've got a shot here they're going to measure for a first down on a first down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the right call, White Hat. Let's.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys aren't getting paid by the hour here, so. And it's been a long day for everybody, and.
Yep.
That first down wasn't going to make a bit of difference because I don't think they were going to. They might get 3 or 4 more plays around, but probably not.
So 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. 30 seconds to go here for Hill City. Balthazar, the only man in the backfield, looking to throw under pressure, throws across the middle, and it's picked off. Or is it going to be no? They're going to call it incomplete. Boy, that was close to an interception. Garmin almost picked that off, but
yeah, that was nice pressure by number 14 for Hill City.
Schultz again for Osborne.
Yeah, but he forced that ball out. Yep. I don't. So
yeah, he's coming from his linebacker spot, putting some pressure. They're at least maybe sending some blitz here on Balthazar, trying to test the young quarterback out.
But if you're Hill City, you got to take a chance here to float a ball over here, somewhere, or get it in a skill position player's hands in an opening.
Yep. And now Balthazar picks his mouthpiece off the grass.
There you go.
Looking to run off the left side. He's got
a few blocks.
To the 10, now to the 7. 20 seconds. They're going to call timeout. 20 seconds to go. Balthazar, nice run there.
Yeah, Schultz did a nice job again running him down from behind, though. So timeout with 19 seconds. Here looks like the ball, about the 7-yard line?
Yep. So 3rd down. That's not really the issue. You got two downs here to get it in the end zone probably. So. But boy, what a big fumble! If they just take a knee, I think they're going into halftime.
Yeah,
up 2 scores, and now
and like I said, that you have people quarterback for Osborne who maybe have a lot of varsity experience because Guttery's been their quarterback for a couple years, I think.
Well, and you may on the other sideline you see the quarterback, Amrine. He's also outside linebacker. See him off the field. You may want to try to take advantage of that.
That's true too.
Get out of your game plan a little bit. And the fumble here gives Hill City, if they can, boy, it'd be big if they can score because I tell you what, we come back to that the coin toss. They're going to kick off again in the second half. Even if unless Osborne decides to kick, that would be
first game. You're the game of the year, so the captains may have heard coach say, if we win, we're going to kick. Well, they didn't think about what if the other team defers.
Right.
I heard coach say kick.
Yep. So Yep. First game, you got to get those out of the way for sure.
Yeah, I can remember a time or two that happening.
Yep, it's happened.
Yeah, so looking for some scores here, and I don't see much. I don't even want to talk about the Royals. That's just been a disappointment. It's just been such a disappointing year. Early in the third, KU still leads 17-10. So.
And now we're back third down. Balthazar and Nuss in the backfield, split receivers. Looks like man coverage here for Osborne. Looking to throw, has some time, floats it across the middle just behind his receiver. Boy, he had that open. That was Stevens going across the middle.
And he had a little bit of room. I don't know if he could have got it to the house, but he'd been awful close.
Yep, and the ball just behind him. And, Balthazar knows he had him. He had him there. Just got to float that ball in front.
Yeah.
So now 4th down and 4.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about getting tackled in bounds. Well, no, they can get a first down. You're right. So
Twins receivers to the right for Balthazar. Big play for Hill City here, looking to score across the middle. Throws it up and incomplete. Balthazar was rushed. Again, Schultz in there applying the pressure, and just the pass flew a little too high.
Garmin getting a little bit of interference with the receivers. Not pass interference, but I mean getting in the way, not giving him a good line to fire that pass.
So Osborne dodges a bullet there. They fumble, but able to stop the Ringnecks on downs. And so now 14 seconds left. I think you just take the knee, right?
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, and like you said, the only about this is you may have a quarterback hasn't taken a lot of snaps like that either. So.
Yeah, and Garmin's just going to hit the knee, and that's going to be halftime. And boy, what an exciting half. Maybe not what we expected, Chris. It's more of a defensive ball game. Both teams without their quarterbacks, and but Osborne with a 2-score lead, 16-0 over Hill City here from Hill City. And we're going to take a break. We're here at halftime. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
A special thanks to the Osborne Game Time Boosters, Dietz Law Office, The Hideout, Osborne Industries, Inc., and Sunflower Bank. They're proud supporters of the Osborne Bulldogs students and athletes. Go Fight Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you will be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Hill City Game Time Boosters, Graham County Hospital, Hill City Chiropractic, Hill City Pharmacy, and First State Bank. They're proud supporters of the Hill City Ringnecks students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Elliott Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Agent Chase Keysweater, Paradise Roots, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Osborne Game Time Boosters, Dietz Law Office, The Hideout, Osborne Industries Inc., and Sunflower Bank. They're proud supporters of the Osborne Bulldogs students and athletes. Go Fight Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full-season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you will be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Hill City Game Time Boosters, Graham County Hospital, Hill City Chiropractic, Hill City Pharmacy, and First State Bank. They're proud supporters of the Hill City Ringnecks students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Elliott Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Agent Chase Keysweater, Paradise Roots, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Osborne Game Time Boosters, Dietz Law Office, The Hideout, Osborne Industries Inc., and Sunflower Bank. They're proud supporters of the Osborne Bulldogs students and athletes. Go Fight Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you will be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to the Hill City Game Time Boosters, Graham County Hospital, Hill City Chiropractic, Hill City Pharmacy, and First State Bank. They're proud supporters of the Hill City Ringnecks students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Elliott Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Agent Chase Keysweater, Paradise Roots, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Osborne Game Time Boosters, Dietz Law Office, The Hideout, Osborne Industries Inc., and Sunflower Bank. They're proud supporters of the Osborne Bulldogs students and athletes. Go Fight Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. We're here just finishing up halftime from Hill City. We got Osborne 16, Hill City 0. And Chris, quite an exciting first half. Maybe not a lot of scores, maybe not the same exciting we thought on the pregame, but excitement nonetheless.
Yes, excitement and very surprising. And you rarely does the opening flip have a large impact on the way the game starts. But on the opening flip, Osborne deferred, and Hill City elected to kick, which is unusual.
Right.
Unless you just have a tremendous amount of confidence in your offense, or defense. I mean, so Hill City kicks off, touchback. Osborne starts at their own 15. Osborne, without their starting quarterback in the game, is running a very run-centric offense, using a couple different ball carriers, not really by design, but about the fourth play of the game, they had a little play where it looked like they were going option left, and then Howell came back on a counter. They pitched it underneath to him. Maybe they had a trap block coming back across. I don't know. He was going to go 65 yards for a score. Morris with the PAT run makes it 8-0 with 11:09 left in the first quarter, so pretty early in the game. Plays goes back and forth, but Osborne running the ball, controlling the ball, not putting up great numbers, but they were keeping the potent Hill City offense off the field. We get into the second quarter with about 9:48 left. Hill City punts. The ball goes out of bounds. It goes out at the. They're tackled at the 20, but there's a roughing penalty called. Moves the ball up the Osborne 35. Then they run a couple plays. There's kind of a little scrum at the end of a play. Amrine apparently got a personal foul at that point. The teams separate. They're actually marking off the penalty, and Amrine must have said or done something else. He gets a second flag. He's ejected. He's no longer in the game now. They're stud quarterback, stud offensive or defensive end. So there's also a face mask penalty really late down there too. Eventually Howell scores on a 2-yard run. It was off tackle. He got hit. He spun. Howell's not a very big kid, but he's got a little shifty to him. He scores. Garmin to Goheen on the PAT pass makes it 16-0, and that's where we're at the 89-degree Hill City Stadium right now. So
we're going to see here the second half. Hill City's got a few more players than Osborne, to see what if that wears on Osborne. But boy, I tell you what, the Bulldogs have won the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they have.
On both sides of the ball, and that's really the key to them being up by 2 scores. And like you said, now both teams are without their starting quarterback. Their main offensive weapon for both of these teams is out. We've seen how Osborne, they've had some time to plan for that. It looks like they had a game plan, and so now let's see what Coach Davian's drawn up for Hill City here to start this second half.
Right, and we talked about they played a JV game right before this varsity game, and we didn't see if Balthazar, who's quarterback, he's a sophomore, he may very well have taken quite a few snaps in that JV game too. So it'll be interesting to see if the game's too fast for him. He seemed to be reading things okay, but seemed to be delivering some passes behind receivers. Right. So he may take him a little time to get up to speed of a varsity game.
And they can run the ball a little bit now instead of their kind of situation they were in. They were throwing the ball.
Right.
So,
but obviously Osborne, Hill City's had time to adjust defensively too. That they have. Right. They have got to make Osborne throw the ball. The Osborne's thrown a couple passes, but not many, and they don't look. It doesn't look like a potent passing attack. Right. You almost got to say we're going to sell out at the line of scrimmage. But Osborne's had a nice design, like you said, Curtis. Yep. They've used several different ball carriers. They pulled the big Morse kid off at guard and put him at fullback for a couple plays. Yeah. They've done a nice job of using the resources they have.
Yeah. So. Both teams kind of not expecting to be in this situation this early in the year, but we'll see how the depth is. We got some scores here on our Nex-Tech Game Time scoreboard. We'll check some scores around the area. We started late, so some of these scores may be maybe about done. So we got Central Plains all over Ness City. Beloit and Ellsworth tied at 8. I bet that's a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, I bet.
There. Still an early score there, Norton and Plainville. I thought I seen Norton up 19-0, so I don't know if that's updated. But I think the Leota and Wheatland score, that's flip-flopped. Leota was the 54-0 winner. Yeah. Hoisington up big on Heston, 33-0, and Hugoton all over Southwestern Heights, 49-0. Yeah, Rawlins County opened up several scores on St. Francis, 36-0.
Looks like the Yoke baby going back to Atwood. And further, you haven't followed it. Atwood had a school fire. They have started school. Right? I know maybe they haven't started school. I know they're trying to start school by using a church. They've they're using their grade school. They still have a grade school gym, but they're having some challenging times. I mean,
but look, we've got some good games here. Victoria and Kinsley tied at 14. We've got Smith Center Phillipsburg tied at 20. Quinter and Wallace County tied at 14. So a lot of good games.
Yes.
There's Norton 25-11 over Plainville. Scott City 21-7 over Cimarron. So a lot of good games here coming down to the wire. You know, Victoria's pretty high ranked. That's interesting. And so is Quinter.
Yeah.
And both of those are finding them in a dogfight.
Yeah, and Sharon Springs has had the lead several times that game. Quinter tied it up late in the game. They should be at about the end of regulation right now unless someone scores.
So 28-0 TMP over Oakley. Russell and Ellis had a nice one, 20-15. Ellis hanging in there with Russell. Colby all over Ulysses. I think you said that one earlier. Dodge City on top of Wichita West. Garden City on top of Wichita Heights. Hayes High and Junction tied fourth quarter 14-14. So a lot of close games.
Yes.
We'll keep you updated as much as we can on that scoreboard. But we're set to kick off here, and Hill City kicking again for the second time.
Looks like Howell and Garmin are deep. Like you said, Hill City has not scored any points, but this is their second kickoff. A very strange situation.
Looks like number 4 for the Ringnecks. That's Siler Rohr going to kick this off. And this is a deep kick, and Howell's going to take it about at the 3-yard line up to the 15. He's got some running room to the right side, and there he was. Nice tackle about the 22-yard line. That's Dayton Stephen. So Osborne back out. Probably going to look at about the same as they did that first half, just not in a hurry to do anything.
Right, yeah, taking their time coming out of the huddle. Just looking at initially, at least at the Hill City now, they're walking their D-backs up.
Yep.
They have 7, they're within about 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Split backs, and that Garmin up the middle, just a couple yards. Good tackle there by Siler Rohr.
Yeah.
And, the backs went each direction, and Garmin went up the middle.
Yeah, Rohr is a 5'8", 158-pound junior. So
2nd and 7.
And this is what Osborne did in the first half. Very deliberate coming out of the huddle, letting the clock run.
Yeah.
So
Tyler Ashbaugh in, looks like for Amrine. Split backs again, and Ashbaugh read that one good,
right.
And he tackled Garmin right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
It'll be interesting to see if. I mean, he's selling out. Ashbaugh is, so it'll be interesting to see if they try to flip the ball out wide to the guy lined up wide. But they haven't really threatened. They've thrown a couple passes, completed the PAT.
Yep. So third and 6 here, same formation, shotgun, split backs for Garmin. And he's looking to throw this time up across the middle. He's got Goheen open, and he just drops it. The ball was a little behind him, but Nate Goheen was out in the open and was going to score.
Yes. That's going to be one that they're going to, like you said, on both ends. That could have been thrown just a little bit better, but close enough in that situation. So we'll see Osborne punt now. Well, I'm assuming they're going to punt.
Right. Well, they only punted twice last year.
Right. I don't know. Coach Tiernan, that may be an anathema to him to punt. So we'll see.
So 4th and 6 Yeah, kind of a short. Now they're going to back up. They're going to punt this one. Still not a deep. No, he's going to throw it right across the middle. He's got the first down. Across the 40, still on his feet. Catches a block down to the 20 and knocked out at the 18-yard line. Big throw there from Garmin. Kind of looked like he was going to line up to punt it, but no, that's not in the vocabulary over on the other side.
Yeah, it looked like about a 35-yard gain, and boy, if you're Hill City, that hurts because you look like you're going to get the ball. You know that you're not maybe quite as much of a quick strike offense as you would have been ordinarily.
Right.
So there's still plenty of time, but boy, that one hurts.
Yeah. Yep. So big fourth down conversion for Osborne now. 1st and 10, just inside the 20-yard line. Now I formation for Garmin. And this is a carry to Lance off the left side, and he's going to get 5 yards, maybe 6 on the play. Just an ISO off the left guard. And
looked like Ashball may have been the first one there. Also Atkins in on there, and there was a third player. I missed the number.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they got Tanner Herskowitz in on the line too, just rotating. Hill City trying to rotate some big bodies up front, just trying to find a combination that will work.
Yeah.
Osborne's been in control up front all night. Big fourth down conversion for Osborne, and now they're knocking at the door.
It looks like the tights are pretty split. I mean, this is a conservative formation.
Oh, there's Lance, and he fumbled it. It looks like Hill City's got it. And is that the Ashball out there? And he's got it. It is. It's Atkins with the fumble recovery. That was a nice tackle on Lance. And, boy, Lance tried to stop and maybe cut back, and he got hit, fumbled it. And Hill City, that's the second fumble recovery for the Ringnecks.
Yeah, that's huge. And you may have some guys for Osborne, they're not used to having quite as many carries as they have tonight. Because obviously the Shearer kid graduated too. So so Hill City takes over at their own 14, 1st and 10.
So now Balthazar in the shotgun, giving the Nuss up the middle. He's got some room, makes a man miss, stiff arms a man. He's got some room to the left side and knocked out of bounds close to midfield. And now there's a little more excitement, a little more energy on the side of Hill City.
Yeah, and that just looked like the offensive line spread almost like a draw play. And he ran it up towards the second line, cut it back. Yep. Nice run by Nuss. Well blocked, too.
Yeah. So about the 36-yard line now. Nuss and Balthazar in the backfield again. Split receivers. And looking to throw. Balthazar across the middle has got Steven a little behind him. And, boy, he's carrying that ball out wide. But good catch there by Dayton Steven. A little behind on the throw still. Balthazar just a touch off.
Yeah, and like you said, that may just be getting that varsity speed, and probably has and the reps he's had may have been with the freshmen and sophomores rather than some of these older kids.
But good throw, good. I mean, just a nice drag route there by Stevens across the middle. So 2nd and 5 for Hill City.
And the speed of the game may be coming to him, Balthazar, now a little more too. He's had some reps, had time to catch his breath. Because I'm sure that he wasn't expecting to quarterback for 3 quarters in this game.
Split receivers for Balthazar again. It's a high snap, going to pitch it over to Nuss. He's got some room and knocked out of bounds close to the 30-yard line.
Looked like that was Garmin scored him out, but that's a first down.
Balthazar took a pretty big hit by Goheen there in the backfield. But
Quinter and Wallace County going to overtime in Sharon Springs. So.
Yeah, I think maybe several games looking to go to overtime tonight. There's a lot of close ones.
Well, that we need some people keeping us company tonight.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. They maybe felt bad for us. We got a late start.
Yeah.
So Balthazar in the shotgun, twins receivers to his left. Fake, and now it's just a nice draw, screen pass to Nuss up the middle. He's got a whole line of blockers ahead of him. Down to the 10, cuts over the right to the 5, and down to the 3-4-yard line. Nice play there by Hill City. Good setup on the screen.
Yeah, they drew the pass rush in. Looked like they were rushing 3 or 4 guys. So once they dumped it over that pass rush, they only had about 4 guys to beat on that play. Moves it down to about the 4.
Yep, so first and goal for Hill City at the 4-yard line. They got a big fumble recovery, and now they have got some momentum going here offensively.
Nuss coming up big here with a couple plays. Balthazar, like I said, getting his varsity legs.
Yep, Balthazar taking nice job of getting him just tripped up. That's number 4. Man, who we got here? We got another player coming in.
That's Lincoln Kane on the stop
Kane,
there.
Yep. Coming from his right defensive end, getting a trip on Balthazar. He was a lot of green grass off to the right side.
Right. It's only a loss of 1, but like you said, there was a lot of green grass in front of him. So,
second and goal from the 5.
And with Hill City having a backup quarterback, they're being deliberate coming out of the huddle too, which is good strategy.
Twins receiver. High snap over the top of Balthazar's head, and he just grabs and jumps on it. Boy, it's just that continues just to shoot them both players down.
Well, that's a loss of about 15, 16 yards too.
Wow. I tell you, just when things were going their way, high snap over Balthazar's head, and I think he landed on that. He's a little shaken up. So third and goal from the 21.
Not a lot of good plays for third and 21, but
nope.
But you know the approach. But let's get half of it with this play and half with the next.
So no backs. Now Nuss motioning to the backfield, and there's going to be a timeout. So timeout Hill City here in the third quarter. Just 6:38 to go. Our score: Osborne 16, Hill City 0. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you will be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
I'm sure they don't
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1 here. Chris, we had first and goal from the 4, and now it's third and goal from the 21 for Hill City, and it's kind of how their nights win. It's just one step forward, 2 steps back.
Yes, and they've had some costly penalties at times that were inexcusable. So far, the third quarter, that's not been an issue, though. So let's see if the Ringnecks can rally.
So twin receivers for Balthazar to the right of him. Just lobs that pass over the top to Nuss. Oh, he had him there. Just too much air under that throw. Nuss had got some separation, though. But now fourth and goal from 21.
Yeah, Nuss has been the weapon here in the third quarter. Had a couple of big plays to get him to this position, but I said now 4th and 21. This will be tough, and they went for all of it. So they weren't taking a split it in half approach.
And Nuss is at 6'2". I think you may want to get him out in the open, get him just throw that ball up. Number 10 coming in as well, Mason Herman, 6'5". Look for those guys. Get that ball up in the air and let those guys try to go get it.
Yeah, that would be a good strategy here.
And here's Balthazar under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. No, scoop the pass. It is intercepted. Intercepted by number 14, and there's a pick 6 for the Bulldogs. That's Caden Schultz. Boy, he's been everywhere on defense. Now added interception, return for a score.
Yeah, Balthazar is trying to get rid, but see, and young player mistake. It's 4th down.
Yeah.
Okay, so just eat it.
Right. You're going to turn over the ball on downs anyway. So.
Right, and but he, like he said, when he woke up this morning, I'm sure his thought was, and I'm going to be playing varsity quarterback for 2.5 quarters tonight.
So 22-0 the score. Osborne here with the 2-point conversion attempt, and boy, just when things were going well, they crater again for Hill City. I formation for Garmin under center. Going to take it himself, and he's met in the backfield for a loss. That's Dayton Stephen with a tackle and 2-point conversion. No good, but 22-0 our score off the interception return for the score for Caden Schultz.
Osborne on top, 22-0.
And that's just kind of how things have went for Hill City.
Wow. And like I said, I mean, 4th down, he was just trying to make a play, but that was a ball that you're just going to have to eat it, because if it's an incomplete pass, you might have gained 5 yards getting it back to the line of scrimmage. But that, yeah.
And I think it went off Ness's hand. He tried to catch it. But
like I said, you got a young kid trying to just make a play,
Yeah. But they did get some momentum. They did. They were moving the ball there.
Yes.
Got all the way down the 4-yard line. So got to be encouraged there.
Yeah, they forced a turnover and were able to move the ball, so they had some positive things happening there.
Yeah. We'll see here.
And like I said, and Ness appears to be a weapon right now.
Yep.
He's really showed out here in the 3rd quarter. It'll be interesting to see if they try to keep getting the ball to him in space. So Atkins had a big fumble recovery for them, for Hill City to give them the ball. They took it over at their 14 and drove all the way to their Osborne 4 and then started going backwards again. So,
Yep. So they've Osborne's kind of squib kicked this each time, and so Hal going to tee this up again. Probably going to be something very similar to what the first couple of kicks have been.
yeah.
Number 11 will kick off for Osborne.
So now Hill City's making an adjustment. Nope. I think they maybe put somebody in the middle of the field there to catch that, to field that squib.
Yeah, that's a very traditional return look for Hill City.
Yep, and there it is on the ground again. Number 4 picks that up. Roar. And he kept his feet across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So
that was really interesting. Kane Fry, number 12, it looked like who made the stop, but he originally had his back turned to the runner, and he kind of circled. It was I'm not sure what he was seeing, but he circled back out in time to make the stop for good for him. So Hill City takes over the ball 1st and 10 on their own 32. Pretty good field position, but they need to. You're down 22 points fairly late in the 3rd quarter. You probably need some points here.
Yep.
Things can happen quickly in 8-man. But
absolutely, yep. 6:11 to go here, 3rd quarter. 22-0. Our score, Osborne, on top of Hill City.
Quinter and Sharon Springs going to 2nd overtime. They're tied 22-all.
And now this is a counter to Steven. He's got some room to the left, and
we do have a
Hal
penalty
swings
marker
him
down.
out of bounds. But penalty marker down.
Yeah, Hill City trying to get some athletes into space there.
There is a flag down.
Yep, looks like an illegal shift there for.
Illegal shift called against the Ringnecks.
Wonder if somebody coming forward in motion, maybe.
Yeah, could have been. Like I said, and Hill City now, may be in a situation where they're trying to do some different things. They've got some people in positions they're not quite as used to being in. So, Balthazar coming back from the sideline here, has the next play. He's done that quite a few times. Went to the sideline to get the play. So,
1st and 15 for Hill City.
Thanks, sir. 1st and 15 from the 27.
Like they're going to run twins receivers to the right for Balthazar and Ness, the lone setback. Rolling to the right and now throws. Nice throw to Stevens. It's still just a little behind.
Yeah.
Good velocity on that throw though.
Yeah, like you said, it looks like he's getting it honed in, but not quite. And like I said, he doesn't have there's not a lot of time left to do it. Like I said, we're still 5:59 in the third quarter, but it's just Osborne, when they do have the ball, tend to possess the ball, eat clock. So the opportunities may start waning for the Ringnecks.
So now split receivers for Balthazar. Got some time to set up a screen. A nice read by Schultz. Stevens able to slip that tackle, but Goheen was able to clean it up.
Right.
Good read there by Osborne.
Yeah, like I said, just getting bodies to the ball. Well, first one slowed him up, second, and Goheen took him down. So
now 3rd and 11 here from the 30-yard line. Trips receivers to the left for Balthazar. And here comes some pressure. Throwing out to the flat and just a little bit ahead of Nuss. But, yeah, you can tell they're bringing pressure on these passing downs.
Yeah. And, boy, this is kind of a tough decision.
Yep.
4th and 12 or 4th and 11 is a tough down and distance.
Yeah, because you risk if you don't get it, you're going to give Osborne real good field position. But, yeah, it looks like maybe it punts in is now Balthazar's motion over to the left side.
There's no one back, but you don't have to have anyone back on a punt.
And this is blocked again. Second block. This is Kindig. He blocked it, picks it up, and takes it down to the 8-yard line. Again, the second block punt for Osborne. It's just not a deep drop on the quick kicks.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of a short snap. It looked like about 5-6 yards, and usually I think you want to go 8 to 10. Now, that may have something to do with how you feel about your long snapper too. But boy, and the other thing is, once again, it looked like he had penetrated the A or B gap. I mean, if you make him come wide, it's harder to get there.
So 1st and goal now for Osborne. They forced to stop and able to get their second punt block of the night. Garmin under center just going to try to take this off the right side, and Nuss is there and stuffs him for a 2-yard loss. That was read from the beginning there by Nuss.
Yeah, and for Hill City, this is you hate to talk about half the things in the third quarter, but they really can't afford to give up points here.
No. Nope. So 2nd and goal from the 15. Or from the 10, I'm sorry. Yep, Osborne still taking the time.
And Hill City gets a stop here. They can get some momentum, maybe get something going. You give up points here, boy. Yep. You're looking at a high hill to climb.
2 tights, 1 receiver to the left for Garmin. He's going to jump pass, throws it to Goheen, makes a man miss out in the open, and he's in for the score. Nate Goheen on his second touchdown, or that's his first touchdown, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a 10-yard touchdown strike there, and looked like a little play action there. Helped put the ball in the stomach there.
The first touchdown throw of the year for Dalton Garmin, the junior, stepping in replacement of Doak Guttery. Now 2-point attempt to motion Howe, going to option Howe off to the side, but nice job by Stevens coming up and forcing Howe inside, and there was Balthazar and a couple other Ringnecks there to clean up. But 2-point conversion, no good, but Osborne puts another score on the board, 28-0 now, 4:19 left in this third quarter.
Boy, that block punt's huge.
Yeah.
That gives them really good field position. Osborne's able to score, obviously, with the short field position, made a big difference. We got a player down here for Hill City.
Yep. So it looks like maybe some more cramping going on. But while they're tending to the injured Ringneck, we're going to take a break. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hazerec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. Osborne just with the kickoff.
Roar was on the return there. He got stacked up by several Osborne players there on the return. Looked like they were trying to strip him, and he didn't let go for it. So.
And you got an update on the
yes, Quinter wins in triple overtime. They won 30-28. Quinter converted a 2-point conversion when Sharon Springs didn't.
So an option to Nuss. That was back behind him. Nice one-handed grab by Nuss and gets across midfield to, right at midfield. So, boy, he kept going forward and was just able to one arm stab
athletic play reaching back for that ball.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 for Nuss. That was a good play there.
Yeah, and that's, you get put together some first downs, get some positive momentum. That is exactly what Hill City needs down 28-0 with 3:45 left in the third.
So split receivers for Balthazar. Nuss in the backfield with him. Looking to throw across the middle, just floated that ball. Boy, that was dangerous. That was right in the middle of everybody. Almost picked off.
Yeah. Well, I think that he probably Balthazar saw it. Looked like they had 4 rushing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure all 4 of those stayed with the rush. And when he floated it, like he said, there was a lot of traffic around the ball. A few other scores here real quick. Final scores. Oop, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry about that. Fourth quarter scores. Dodge City's head of Wichita West 13-8.
Now they're going to throw a flag. Yeah, they were discussing something there. I wonder what the flag's going to be. Illegal man downfield on Hill City.
Boy, it sure looked like a screen pass.
Or, maybe he caught it. Was it maybe a lineman tried to catch it? An eligible receiver downfield?
It could have been. I didn't see the signal. Smith Center Peaburg tied 20-all in the fourth quarter. Sounds like a good game north of us. Five-yard mark off.
Yep, 1st and 15.
Almost surprised they didn't decline that. But
Yep. So Balthazar now another pitch to Nuss. He tried to one-hand it again, just behind him a little bit, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage there.
Bulldogs sniffed that out nicely. A lot of pursuit there. You got to wonder now if you're Hill City, if you got to think, okay, we need to get some misdirection going because they are flowing hard. And like I said, that's the second time too. Nuss has reached way back and brought the ball with one hand, which
it's been tough sledding here for Hill City offensively.
Yeah, you got to wonder how much of the game plan went out the window when Amrine left the field. So
now this is going to give the Nuss up the middle, and he lowers his head and gets across midfield down to about the 39-yard line, just past the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 9.
draw play, maybe slow up the pass rush just a little bit. But now, like I said, it's just a more of a function. Boy, you really cannot give up the ball on downs or a punt here.
Well, they've had 2 punts blocked, so
yeah, may not want to punt regardless of the
may.
down and distance. We may just say, we don't want to do that.
So now Twins receivers to the right for Balthazar. Now Nuss in motion, make that trips. Going to roll that way. And he has man open. Steven, nice catch by Steven. He's made a couple good catches tonight.
Yeah, forced out of bounds by Lance.
Yep. So 4th down and 4. 1:32 to go, 3rd quarter.
That was just a minor victory, but it puts them in a lot better down and distance for this 4th down. Like I said, Hill City has to generate some positive momentum here.
Yeah, Balthazar just a tick slow. If he could get that ball out of his hands just a little faster, give Stevens a room to run. And now it trips again. Going to roll him out right up top the middle. He's got his man wide open. Number 10.
That's Herman, isn't it?
Herman wide open. Balthazar just overthrew him there. Good play design, but just not the touch on the ball there for Balthazar. That's just an experience. That's all that is.
Yes.
He had the guy open. Would have walked in for the score, but.
So Osborne takes over on downs on their own 34, 35-yard line here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, we got 1:23 left in this 3rd quarter still.
Yeah, we got a late kickoff here. If you're wondering why in the world those guys still in the air, well,
a couple games before us we played. So, Twins receivers for Garmin now. Howe in motion, and he's going to run Garmin off to the left side. Makes a juke move out in the open and gets a nice run on 1st down, 14, 13 yards.
Yeah, nice play there. Brought down by Roar finally. Looks like enough for a Bulldog 1st down. Move up the ball to the 33 of Hill City. Looks like a timeout, perhaps.
Yeah, we do. We got another injured
Got
player.
it. And like I said, this is to be expected.
Cramps,
Hot night, even the best of conditioned athletes are going to cramp up once in a while.
Let's take a look. We'll try to update you here now on our scoreboard. Trying to get a final update for you guys. A lot of these games have ended or coming close to the end. Central Plains with the win over Ness City. Ellsworth up 1 point on Beloit 4th quarter. Manhattan over Derby. Hugoton over Southwestern Heights. Hoisington over Heston. And I think that score on your screen is flipped. It's Leota, Wichita County, 54-0 over Wheatland Grinnell.
Okay, a few more. Great Bend over McPherson, 29-16. Shiloh, who's ranked in 6th man, I think they're ranked 3rd maybe, beat the Cheyenne Wells, Colorado, 50-0. Liberal beat Holcomb, 23-17. TMP over Oakley, 42-0 as a final.
We have Kinsley over Victoria, 2014. That's kind of a shocker there.
Yes.
Norton over Plainville, 37-18. Quinter with the 2-point win over Wallace County, 30-28. Scott City over Cimarron. And look at this, Phillipsburg over Smith Center, 28-20. That's another game that came down to the wire.
And that's a final?
That's a final.
Wow.
You have your TMP Oakley there. Russell Ellis, that's just a halftime score we got. Colby over Ulysses. Dodge City wins over Wichita West. Wichita Heights nips Garden City 2019. And Hayes High and Junction City in overtime at 14-14. Got Osborne with the ball here looking to throw again. Garmin over the top, and that's going going to miss, but there's a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
They had a nice play fake on that, but Balthazar did a nice job covering back and didn't fall for the play fake. He's kind of gimping around. Was he the guy that had the cramp?
It might have been.
Yeah, because I'm like I said, especially if he played in the JV game, I'm sure he's a tuckered out ringneck.
It looks like this is coming back, though. Got a holding on Osborne, and this is going to march this back to.
That is the problem with that draw play look. If you're a lineman, you got to hold. You got to hold. You're washing out like you're pass blocking, but you got to hold the blocks a little longer.
We'll bring up 1st and 20
So,
from the 37.
1st and 20 at the 37-yard line for Osborne. Tight formation I. And this is a give to Howell, and he somehow stays on his feet. And, boy, Howell took a shot from Nuss in the backfield, but was able to break off that tackle, break a couple other tackles, and pick up about 8 yards.
Brought down by Tanner Hershowitz, 5'6", 190-pound senior. And I think he's kind of been rotating in with the interior guys. So,
boy, Balthazar looks he's gimping around. He was slow to get up again. So,
boy, you got to wonder if you've got another D-back you put in there. You want to do that just to get him over here and get some juice or water in him and something and get him ready to play offense.
Yeah. So still too tight I formation. This is a counter play to Howell, and he's got some room off the left side, breaks a tackle, gets down close to the 20-yard line. Good play there for the Bulldogs. Nice little counter, I formation counter.
Brought down by Stevens and Mitchell Presley. Like I said, it looks like Hill City's rolling some different kids in there, trying to, get some, just change momentum some way.
Well, they're
Howell's kind of shifty. It's hard to get a shit. It's hard to. It's almost like they're Hill City guys are trying to get a kill shot, and it's like he just. Yeah,
they're trying to find the right combination up front for Hill City because the Bulldog offensive line has been pretty dominant tonight. Now under a minute to go, third quarter. This is going to be a pitch to Howell off to the right side. He cuts up, and he's got a first down to about close to the 10-yard line. Another 10, 11-yard gain for Howell.
Atkins from his D-back spot makes the play there. You don't want – all right, and that looks like that's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, that must have been 5 seconds, not 56 seconds left. So that's the end of the third quarter. Our score, Osborne 28, Hill City 0. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
A special thanks to the Hill City Game Time Boosters, Graham County Hospital, Hill City Chiropractic, Hill City Pharmacy, and First State Bank. They're proud supporters of the Hill City Ringnecks students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Elliott Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Agent Chase Kieswetter, Paradise Roots, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year. A special thanks to the Osborne Game Time Boosters, Dietz Law Office, The Hideout, Osborne Industries Inc., and Sunflower Bank. They're proud supporters of the Osborne Bulldogs students and athletes. Go Fight Win from the People's Bank, Osborne Producers LLC, Midway Co-op Association, and Professional Fire Equipment. Longtime full season boosters of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. We're here to start this fourth quarter. Our score 28-0. Osborne with the lead. And just a strange game tonight, Chris. But, Osborne had a good game plan coming in. They stuck with that game plan, and they've been pretty successful. They got a defensive score here second half. They've got a special team score.
Yes.
And so a lot of our special teams, big special teams play.
Right, block punt led to a 10-yard touchdown pass, Garmin to Goheen. So
Kindig on the carry, and he reaches for the end zone. He's going to score. There's a flag down, though. That's a tough run by Sam Kindig. And it's coming back. Yep. So bring this back. This is going to be back to about the 20-yard line. Yep, so right at the 20-yard line for Osborne. So first and goal from the 20. Boy, and that series when Hill City had the ball down the 4-yard line, first and goal, gonna make this a one-score game, and
yeah, that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back there.
And now Garvin wrapped up in the backfield. Number 32, Aiden Hall back there with the tackle for loss. So second down and goal from the 21 now.
No, it's number 23.
Okay, now I got that organized. Yeah, Hill City's making a stand here. Like I said, looking at second and 21, that's kind of down in distance they certainly need. But now the clock is really starting to become an enemy.
Yep. So still pretty deliberate here for Osborne. That's not getting in a hurry. Nothing fancy, but boy, they're gonna have to call timeout. Yep. So that took too long, but timeout for Osborne here to start this fourth quarter. Just 10:56 left in the ballgame, 28-0, and for Hill City team that has averaged 46 points per game last year, this is definitely not how they
oh yeah, this is a real punch in the nose, and I'm sure they didn't anticipate only having Amrine for a quarter and a half. And also, I'm sure they just didn't anticipate that Osborne would be so effective in a very deliberate style of offense. That this is exactly the way they scripted it. It's not a. And then here in the second half, as Hill City's become more desperate, you have a blocked punt, you have an intercepted pass on fourth down, that's returned quite a few yards that you should have just ate it. It's just, the waterfall is becoming overwhelming now.
It looks like Balthazar again was down fighting some cramps, and that's a lot. We've seen several players tonight go down with some cramping issues.
Yes, and that can happen to the best conditioned of athletes. I will say, though, I don't know that we've had hardly any Osborne kids cramp, and so, but that can happen to, like I said, the best of conditioned athletes. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this is certainly not what Hill City expected, but I tell you what, I think Osborne had this game circled in the offseason.
Well, yeah, you got to wonder, they remembered that butt kicking they took last year, 55-14 or whatever it was, something like that. And like I said, they did it without their starting quarterback.
Right.
That's what's amazing about this outcome.
So now Twins receivers for Garmin to the right, Howell in motion. And looking to throw. Garmin just going to take it off the left side and gets as much as he can, maybe up a couple yards on second down. So third and goal now from the 19.
Right. A couple of Ringnecks on the play, but Ashball once again was the one going low with a good fundamental tackle. Ashball's had a nice second half defensively for the Ringnecks.
So now third and goal from the 20. Not really, a score is not necessary here for Osborne, just running this clock down.
Yeah, and he did keep from going out of bounds apparently too. So Garmin does a nice job of not just naturally floating out of bounds. They're shifting it, swinging gate
again. Oh, they weren't set. Snap over his head. And Hill City's going to pick this up. They got a chance to score. There's number 13 coming in. It's going to be a pick or a scoop and score for Hill City. And finally, something as good has happened. That's Mitchell Presley.
Yeah, he a 6-foot freshman.
I think there's an illegal or an illegal shift on Osborne. They weren't ready. They weren't set out there.
Yeah.
And now we got another Hill City player down. But finally, something breaks here for Hill City.
Yeah. Who'd have thought their first touchdown was going to be on a 50-yard fumble return by a freshman?
Yeah.
Well, we'll make that 55 maybe.
So now there's an illegal shift there by Osborne. That's going to be declined. And then Hill City gets on the board here. 10 minutes left in this ball game.
And that was the first really big error Osborne's had, and then maybe that's one of the deals that maybe shouldn't be running that swinging gate again. That just keep that one put away because it was going to be a false start anyhow.
And now Balthazar is severely limping.
Yeah, he stayed down for quite a while when everyone else was down at the other end.
Yeah, he's battling cramps, and it does not look like he's going to be able to take a snap. So now Hill City, for this 2-point conversion, going to be back to their third-string quarterback.
Wow.
Let's see who they got in there now. I don't know what Coach Dabian has, who he's got left. So,
like I said, number 10 was playing catch with him, and he's back out there. But is he lined up wide? Yep. Yeah, they may snap to a back and just say, hey, well, yeah, it's Nuss, isn't it? Yep. Looks like it's in the backfield.
Just a wildcat formation. Nuss is going to take that snap now going to fake the handoff, going to lower his head, and he fights for that 2-point conversion. Good tough run there by Jaden Nuss. So 28-20, and a little bit of some momentum now, Hill City. Just nothing has went right for them, and finally the ball bounces in their direction.
And now in Hill City, traditionally, they've had several kids over the years do this. They've always got a good kickers here at Hill City. Yeah. They're traditionally like to just hammer that ball in the end zone.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see if this is when they want to try the onside kick, or if you just say, we're going to hammer it in the end zone, we're going to play defense.
Yep. 28-8, 10 minutes left to go in this ball game, but Hill City finally on the board. And, that's kind of just kind of reverse of what we've seen. Osborne self-inflicting wound there.
Right, and who would have thought that Presley, a freshman, would be a 6-foot freshman, would score the first touchdown of the 23 season for the Ringnecks? You probably could have got really good odds on that one if you. So
there was.
Yeah, there would have been probably about 6 names, I imagine, or at least 6, maybe more.
Yeah. So we'll see what Hill City does here on this kickoff. I don't know if they've got.
And like I said, Hill City traditionally seems to have a lot of strong kickers.
Right.
And if I could hammer it in the end zone every time, that's the safest thing to do.
Right.
But Bulldogs do not appear to be looking for the onside.
No, they got guys back. That's Garmin back deep, Howell back
and
deep.
they've done this on their other kickoffs where they start out kind of in a compacted formation. So this isn't new. They usually break out of it, and they did it again.
So this is deep to Howell at the 3. He's nice open field tackle by Steven. Boy, he was just coming down.
And he stops him at about the 13, so they actually got 2 yards less than they would have if it would have been a touchback. So, and he did appear he fumbled it just a bit when he caught it. So,
Yeah, I think he didn't go back far enough to get momentum going forward. It was kind of a reaching over his head type of situation. But 9:55 to go, fourth quarter, 28-8.
Cat score for late in the fourth quarter, KU 48, Missouri State 17. So,
and now there's Kindig off the left side for a couple.
Like you noted, Curtis, they've used a lot of different ball carriers, but the one thing those ball carriers had in common, some determined running, and how kind of more of a shifty, it's hard to get a hit on me run.
Yep.
Garmin with this nice, smart runs there, didn't step out of bounds and kept the clock running. Some heady football by the Bulldogs.
So 2nd down, 8 to go. Split backs in the backfield. This is just Garmin going to take it up the middle. High jumps a man and gets hit by Steven.
Yeah, the only thing about leaving your feet like that, you're kind of vulnerable to turnover there. But
right. So big 3rd down here for Hill City, trying to get the stop on Osborne and maybe get the ball back and keep this momentum going.
Yeah, see, Balthazar's back on the field, looks like playing some D-back. It'll be interesting to see how well he responds to being on offense. Because the poor kid appears to not be very comfortable.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like he's fighting that.
And like I said, what they really need him on offense because we don't know who the next quarterback is unless they play a lot of Wildcat.
This is a give to Kindig off the left side, and he's just going to be just a little bit short. Give him about 5 yards on the carry, but he's going to be 2 yards short here, 4th down and 2. And so if you're Osborne, what do you do here?
Boy, this is tough because we've had a lot of special teams miscues tonight.
Yeah.
And that's early in the season. Those things happen. A timeout may be coming up. We're walking over here to talk to the coach. And, maybe one thinks, hey, if we're going to punt, we want to be sure we collapse those A and B gaps. We do not want to give up anything through the middle. Make them come around the edge.
Yep, just going to let the clock go all the way down to about 7.5, and now they're going to call timeout. So, yeah, big play here, 4th and 2. Boy, it's a gamble if you go for it, though, because that sets Hill City up in a nice field position. I don't know if that's what Osborne's planning on doing or what they're going to punt. So,
was Guttery their punter or someone else punt? I mean, if you have a backup kid punting, you may want to.
Yeah, Guttery was their punter. I think he punted twice, 38-yard average on both punts.
Oh, that's right. You said they only punted twice.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another piece of the drama here. Coach Tiernan does not like to punt.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that. I'm glad you remember that, Curtis, because that's, like you said, that goes back to there's a coach in Arkansas who famously did not punt all year last year.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
So 4th and 2. Boy, if the Hill City can get a stop here, boy, they get a lot more momentum coming on their side. And
I'm not going to take the credit for it. I heard one of the coaches up here say it, but boy, a hard count could be.
Yeah. You got to play like this is going to be, and there it is. Going to pop pass over the top, and it's incomplete, just behind Goheen, and now Hill City is set up in a nice field position right at the 21-yard line.
He was open enough. I don't know how far he would have got, but he certainly had the first down, and he may have taken that all the way.
Yep. So that pop pass or jump pass there for Garmin falls incomplete, and 1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line. Hill City trying to claw back here in the 4th quarter.
Balthazar still at quarterback.
Looking to throw. He has the Nuss out in the flat. Nuss makes a move, but nice open field tackle.
by Garmin.
Yeah, Garmin had that ankle and wasn't going to let go.
Nuss, number 23. Garmin in on the stop.
But it's understandable why Hill City's doing that, trying to get the ball in open field to their better athletes. And that may help Balthazar develop a little more confidence to throw the ball over the middle, too.
Yeah. So now Twins receivers to the right for Balthazar. And he's just going to take it up the middle.
Quarterback draw.
Yep. And gets close to about the 15-yard line. And, boy, he's battling those cramps.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Caden Schulte was the first Bulldog there, sophomore, on the stop.
Yep.
But we're clock running, 6:35 left in the game.
Yep, so now
Herman and Rohr come in with the play there, and that's a good idea to not make Balthazar come get the play just because he's so gimpy right now.
So Twins to the left. Look at just a pitch it to Nuss off the right side. He leaps forward, and now they're going to call it out of bounds before he dove forward. So just going to be short.
Yeah,
so,
Kindig looked like kind of helped force him outside. Like you said, though, he was stretching to the stick and didn't quite make it.
So 4th and 2 here. Another big 4th down for Hill City now on offense. Needing this 2 yards to keep their hopes going.
Yes, yeah, they really can't afford a turnover here.
I think, Nuss has he's got some good yards up the middle here this 4th quarter.
Yep. Timeout Hill City.
Yep, so Hill City's going to take a timeout, discuss this 4th down. We're going to take it with them. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
Each year, hundreds of electrocutions occur in the United States. You can avoid a shock by knowing one basic premise. Electricity always seeks the easiest path to the ground, and you're a perfect conductor. Stay 30 feet away from down power lines. And if a down wire touches your car, don't get out. Stay inside and call for help. And don't let others touch your car until a lineman says it's safe. Electrical safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. A big 4th down play here for Hill City. Scores 28-8 with 6:06 left in the 4th quarter. Osborne with the lead. Hill City, though, with the ball. This is a Wildcat formation for Hill City now. Balthazar in motion. And he's going to look to the option. He's just going to keep it Nuss under, and he's going to score from 14 yards out. Nuss running that option.
Yes,
just put his head down and went forward.
Yeah, he did a nice job reading that. It looked like the contain was spreading out, so his best chance was a cutback. Some ringneck linemen must have stayed with their blocks. Nice play.
So Hill City now, their 2nd score of this 4th quarter.
Yeah, they're keeping their tenuous grasp on this game. They're still with it. 6:02 left. They're down by 2 scores. A 2-point PAT here would be big.
Now Balthazar back in quarterback. Nuss the lone setback. Twins receivers to the right. Looking to throw. And there's a flag down, and it's good. And we've got, that number 10 out there.
That's
Mason Herman with
yeah.
the catch in traffic. Flag is down. There's a holding on Osborne, and so they're going to decline that. So 2-point conversion is good, 28-16 now. Hill City, making things interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, they're just staying on the periphery of this game, still down by 2 scores. But if they get to 2 scores, their chances of taking the lead are pretty good because they only need 1 PAT ties, 2 wins.
Right.
But 2 scores is big with 6 minutes. Osborne's done a nice job of running the clock.
Yeah.
They'll need to get, can't be giving up more than 1 first down at the most. Oh, by the way, a score get for you. Hayes High Indians 20, Junction City 14 in overtime. So Hayes High starts the season with a win.
Yeah, another overtime game. We've had a couple of those tonight.
I bet they saw some cramps there too.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. That was at Junction City.
Yeah, maybe a little more humid in the eastern part of the state too.
Yes,
So
yeah. So now let's see if this is a.
had a few upsets tonight. Kinsley beating Victoria. You mentioned earlier that probably is an upset. Hoxie pointing out Trigo certainly would be an upset. Maybe not the win as much as just pointing them out by halftime.
Now Roar teeing this up. So this is another thing that Hill City's had to adjust. Amrine was their kicker.
Yes.
So.
Like I said, and they do the abbreviated formation each time. So if you see them come out just in a little sugar huddle, they do that every time. And what they've done so far, split out of that every time. They kicked a couple of touchbacks. They also kicked it one to the goal line last time.
So now Roar has this teed up at the 30.
And Osborne just in their traditional set.
Yep, and this is going to be onside. And good recovery there. That was.
Yeah, number 4.
Yep.
That's Lincoln Kane. And he recovered that before it covered 10 yards. And that was a spinner. So those spinners can be hard to.
Right to field.
Yes, yeah. But I like the fact that he was very decisive in doing that because if you stand around and wait, say, is it going to go 10 yards?
Then you got.
Then you might get jacked up. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
a good onside thing. You've got runners that are not trying to recover the ball; they're trying to blow somebody up, which is why a lot of the NFL is trying to get away from a lot of that.
So now too tight I formation for Osborne, Garmin under center, and there's movement up front. So penalty will be march the Bulldogs 5 yards back, and boy, they've kind of hit a rut here too. It'd be interesting to see when Guttery, when he's in, how Osborne's going to operate.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, and he was out there before the game, moving around quite a bit.
The ball,
it didn't look like it was like a serious injury, and I don't want to speculate what it could be. I'm assuming it was an injury, but maybe it wasn't.
Right.
But yeah, it will be interesting to see what their offense looks like because they've been efficient tonight.
Right.
That's I think the best way to describe their effort tonight. Very efficient. And like I said, Howell has shown some athleticism, and some of the other pieces have contributed in ways that helped.
6 minutes to go, and there's movement up front by Hill City now, so they'll give that 5 yards back. So hard count by Osborne. Hill City had timed that, I think, last couple possessions. So
yeah, that's what you'll get. Sometimes you get quarterbacks that, God, coach, they're jumping on. We're doing on one all the time. They're jumping on us, but then sometimes you're so used to going on one on the offense you jump. So just requires discipline.
Yep. Now Howe on the carry off the right side gets a couple up to about the 35-yard line.
Boy, Balthazar was about 15 yards back, and someone had rolled him out of the play, and he's struggling.
Tell you, Howe's got some. He's got some wheels.
Yes,
sure.
yes, he does. And like I said, he was the third leading rusher last year. So coming into the game, you knew he might be a factor, but he's been a huge factor. And like I said, Osborne's pieced together other players to contribute in small roles that have been very meaningful.
So now Kindig in the backfield. Howe lines up in the slot. This will give the Kindig off the left side, and he lowers his head to about the 30-yard line. Good tough run there by Kindig. And
Ashbaugh with the stop, but Ashbaugh kind of took the worst of that too.
Yeah. And you know this is a four down territory for sure. So now we're under 5 minutes to go in the game.
Well, that was interesting that Ashbaugh or Kindig moved Garmin up. He said, "You're supposed to be under the center."
Right.
So, like I said, I don't know if Kindig's taking any snaps tonight or not. But they've had several people take snaps, so he could have. But it was like, no, you're under center.
Yeah, I think he's taken a couple snaps. And now this will give the Kindig again, but
it looks like pre-snap.
Yep, like man. Now Osborne's fallen into this funk, and
Like I said, Hill City is holding on by that one last string.
Yeah.
They still have a chance here, especially when Osborne does things like that. Because
Right.
because now the clock. Well, he did roll the clock.
Yeah.
Third and 8 now is much more difficult, especially for an Osborne attack
Right.
that's not explosive.
Right.
It's very efficient. It's very functional.
So now their shotgun is Garmin. And this is going to be a throw. He's got Hal wide open, and is he going to stay in? And they're
Yep.
going to say he did. Nice job on Hal on the sideline to keep his foot in. And, boy, he was wide open there, Chris.
Yes, he was, but they didn't
On
seem
this
to be.
replay, they've had a fake to Kindig, and there Hal was wide
Yeah, that
open.
nice play fake, probably brought the D back in a little bit. May have froze the rushers a little bit. They had to respect the running lane, so.
Yeah, for sure. So,
And they've run the ball so well tonight, they have to respect that run look when it's a draw.
yep. So 1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line. Kindig is the lone setback. And
He did a
Garmin,
nice job
yep.
on the pull there because they were selling
And
out at the line of
Garmin goes
scrimmage.
down. Good, smart play there by Garmin. He was heading out of bounds, just gave himself up to keep that clock running.
Yeah, Garmin is a junior, but he's played a real heady game tonight, not
Yep.
made a lot of mistakes. Like I said, going down inbounds a couple times when it would have been really easy to just
Yeah.
take that next step out of bounds. It may not have taken a much of a hit either if you step out of bounds, but
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, he looks comfortable throwing the ball too, but so
Yeah.
he must have been the backup, but just maybe not got playing time last year.
might be interesting to see what, like I said, when Guttering
Yeah.
comes back, what kind of crazy
There's
things they
Garmin.
do. Yeah.
Boy, he was blown up in the backfield. Hill City had hit Kindig before he even got the ball. Garmin just pulled it out and ran forward
Yeah.
for a first down. So
Yeah, Hill City's clearly selling out, right close to the ball, trying to either, force a fumble or at least
Right.
force it wide.
So 1st and goal here for Osborne at the 7-yard line. This is the drive they wanted to kind of put this game away.
Yeah.
Hill
Yeah,
City
now it's
got
getting to the point,
momentum.
even if they don't score, they've just about eaten up
Yeah.
all the clock.
Hill City scored 2 unanswered touchdowns, but there's a pitch to
pitch,
Hal off the
interesting.
left side, and he's taken down there by Ashball. That was a
Ashball, like I
good-
said, Ashball has had a
Yeah.
really sound second half defensively.
and he's come in for Amrine on the defensive side.
Wonder if he'll have some more reps next week
Yeah.
on defense.
So 2nd and goal. 2:28 to go in the game. 28-16 is our score. Osborne
And
with the
maybe
lead.
Ashball was a starter at safety, and they just shifted him up there to that corner so he can get his nose in there. But nice
Well,
game.
Yeah, I don't have him listed.
Oh
as a
yeah, that's
starter,
right.
but
I should have looked at the starters.
I formation for Osborne here. Going to give
Oh,
the
fumble.
ball's on the ground, and Hill City's got it.
Why-
Boy, this game isn't over yet. I don't know.
Well,
Kindig just did not get the handoff.
Well, it was like
Yeah.
like the mesh point wasn't there, and he looked like he tried to pitch it at the last minute.
Boy, just a couple of mistakes here by Osborne in the 4th quarter have opened that door. It's still open.
That one little string is still hanging.
Yeah, 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Boy, if Hill City can get a quick score here. They've got one timeout to work with. 28-16 is our score.
Yeah, needs 75 yards of
Yeah.
play here. But
Boy, everybody's at the line of scrimmage for Osborne, though. If they can get somebody behind them. There's the run by Nuss, and he's going to be up across the 10 to the 12-yard line. Time is clicking now, under 2 minutes to go.
looked like Garmin had the first piece of
Yep.
him there.
Looks like Siler Roar's getting the – when they just got they're just It needs to be a little bit more urgency here.
Yeah,
I
I was just say tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. Under 130 to go. Trips to the left for Hill City. Looking to throw in the flat and makes the catch. Nuss, but he's in bounds. And he's kind of hurt too now. He's on the ground. And
Nathan Goheen with a nice stop there.
I don't know. This is.
That's completed to Nuss number 23.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a cramp or something different, but while they're tending to Nuss, then we'll take a break real quick. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
We know that buying a home is a new and exciting moment in life. At Rogers & Associates, we can help protect one of your most important investments. Together, we'll find solutions to address your insurance coverage requirements at a competitive price. Whether it be for an unexpected wind or hailstorm, fire or theft, Rogers & Associates offers affordable coverage to protect the place you'll call home. Call us today for a free quote.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
Clock.
Welcome back to Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1 here with just a minute left to go in this ball game.
Some different window dressing
now. Balthazar's got his man wide open. Dayton Stephen just overshot him. Boy, that would have been 6 points there for Hill City. So
yeah, I don't know if it was a little rub pattern or what exactly that was, but boy, they sure got him. They sure were able to spring him wide open in a time when, some of the Osborne D-backs are talking back here in the back now. They're probably like, "Hey, fellas, what happened there?"
Just overshot Stephen there.
And it could have been a wheel rod or but
trips to the left for Balthazar. And he's trying to escape and throws the pass, and there's a flag down.
Boy, the only thing is that a face mask?
Yeah.
He was brought down out there by number 20. That's Sam Kindig.
Yep.
Senior.
See what this is.
Yeah.
Face mask, yep. So
I mean, I didn't see the head jerk, but when you see a flag in that place, I didn't think it'd be an illegal pass.
Right. Yep.
So like I said, that Hill City thread is getting thinner and thinner, but it hasn't broken because if they could somehow score, they still have an onside kick.
Yep. Boy, and they had a good shot there a couple plays ago.
Oh, yes.
Wide open. He would have.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, I mean, because it didn't look like anyone had the angle unless it was
somebody from the far side. But
yeah, unless the sure kid came out of graduation and ran him down.
So now 1st and 10 from the 30. There's a flag down on the play.
Flag is down.
And they're going to get a procedure call here. Yep, false start. So here's I couldn't tell who was moving, but false start there on Hill City. Going to bring this back to the 25-yard line.
False start against the Ringnecks. Puts it back on the 20.
I think the Whiteheads trying to get this clock run, but they are not running it. So yeah, it's on the so I don't know, there's some disagreement here on this clock starting or not. So yeah, This is going to be just a pitch to Nuss off the right side. And he does get out of bounds, so.
He made it to the first stick, but he's still about 9 yards short.
Yep. So 35 seconds to go. Yeah, just a little. I think the white hat wanted the clock to run, but on that face mask, there was an incomplete pass on there. So there's a standoff up here on the scoreboard. So.
And I know what the guys up here were saying too, and I didn't remember, so I can't.
Yeah.
Referees are people too, but they keep that to maintain the integrity of the game. I mean, you can't stop the clock just because you're tired.
Yeah. So 2nd and 9, 35 seconds to go. 28-16 our score. Hill City trying to do something here to get a shot. Throwing it over to Atkins over his head and brings up now 3rd down. I just don't know. I mean, trying to go side to side is just not going to work.
Right, and I don't know if they were trying to get some type of double pass going but that's.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, this thread is just about bare. So. But Hill City had a determined effort here in the second half.
Yep.
Just the hole was too deep.
Yep.
Nice. Osborne, a very disciplined effort here today. Executed very well its game plan.
That's with the carry, and he goes down.
He's looking at the sideline. Asking if he wants to do a timeout, and I don't know they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah,
I think they're going to let it go.
Yep, I think so. Just going to let this run down, and so that's going to be the final here from Hill City, kind of in an upset here. Osborne comes into Hill City and comes away with the win, 28-16, where we've seen both starting quarterbacks, both quarterbacks that we talked about in pregame, they didn't play at all. I mean, one didn't play at all, the other one played just the first quarter. So.
Yeah. Go figure. I guess that's why you have to pay your ticket to come watch or watch on Nex-Tech, so you know.
Exactly.
But the big advantage, and you've noticed this several times, Curtis. Osborne was able to prepare for that eventuality.
Right.
They had a great game plan. They executed it with great fidelity. Hill City had a couple breaks against them, and they lost their cool a couple times, and it bit them in the short. So
and I mean, Hill City, though, to their credit, they stuck around that fourth quarter, got a couple scores, made it a little bit more interesting. That game was wrong. This game was won up front, and Osborne just dominated both sides of the ball.
Osborne had more experience. I think the Hill City is only returning one lineman, and that made a difference. Like I said, Hill City, you could see they were trying different people, especially on the defensive line.
Right.
They were trying different people, trying different things. And in the second half, they did kind of stabilize things defensively, but by then it was too late. And without Amrine, they didn't have much firepower on offense.
So Dalton Garman, touchdown throw. Nate Goheen with the touchdown reception. 2 touchdown runs for Hunter Howe and an interception, pick 6 for Caden Schultz for the Ringnecks. Mitchell Presley with a fumble recovery for the score, and then Jaden Nuss a touchdown run. So those were the touchdowns scored tonight. Anything else from you, Chris, on how this game?
I think it's going to be really interesting to see. Did you say Hill City Tree goes next week?
Yes, Hill City Tree go, yep.
It'll be really interesting to see which team comes back from disappointing outings.
Right.
It's early in the season to talk about character games. And if you start out 0-2, that's not the end of your season. But, boy,
that's hard.
It's a deep hole to dig out of. I think that'll be a fascinating game next week, see that one turns out. Yeah. Had some good games across the area tonight. It was a great opening night of football.
Yeah, a couple games went into overtime, a couple close games. So, a lot of good football tonight. A good game here from Hill City where Osborne's going to take this one 28-16. Next week, we will kick off at 7 o'clock. A little late kick this week, but we will kick off 7 o'clock. Pregame show 6:45, and that'll be in Trigo. Hill City will travel just up the road and going to take on the Trigo Golden Eagles. But fun first weekend here of Friday night high school football. So thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week, and we're gone. Thank you for watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.